wonderful, cutting edge.
Let's take this form, this very American tradition of entertainment into the 21st century, the new millennium.
Okay, no. What's the name of the show? The Wendy Williams Experience.
To bring you our feature presentation.
Ladies and gentlemen, what you're here are about to witness the greatest queen of all time. Okay, party people in the house.
Turn it up, yo. Turn it up. This is it. Allow me to reintroduce this queen.
From west to east.
Just better get it right.
Y'all know the name.
Wendy Williams. Been in this game for a while.
I hate to brag, but
Ain't nobody
it is phenomenal.
like the queen.
Right here.
Who the world is this? With so much drama.
From yo block to yo block, heard of the number one female. Been doing this for years.
Every barbershop, beauty salon.
Who the world is this? With so much
Again and again. Wendy Williams, bringing your name up. A lot of you haters scared to death.
She at it again.
Wendy Williams.
She in it to win.
Wendy Williams.
She back and she staying.
Wendy Williams.
The ain't playing. I like the perception. The winner of the Game Shoes of the Year award.
Yeah. How you doing? Hey, everybody. Welcome to the show. We got a good one for you today. How's your love life? What's all doing in that bedroom of yours? Huh? We're going to talk about sex during Advice Hour. And Dr. Hilda Hutcherson, friend to the show, resident sex expert, will be in to help you navigate your way around whatever the hell it is that's bothering you about your sex life, okay? So make sure that for Advice Hour, we focus on sex. Your faxes regarding Advice Hour should be about sex and your relationships, and your emails and your telephone calls should be about what? Exactly, sex. Plus, everyone, today on the show, we'll talk about the BET Rip the Runway, which they filmed it last night, but you won't be seeing it until, I don't know, I'll get the schedule. Anyway, and Tyra Banks. And I didn't see Mariah and Barbara last night, but I'm sure you did. So we can talk about that. We'll talk about Farnsworth Bentley, friend to the show, Robin Givens, and so much more. Oh, we're going to luxuriate. All right, everybody. Thanks for being here. It is what it is. And welcome to the Wendy Williams Experience.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great honor and distinction that I introduce to you the queen of all media, Wendy Williams.
Hey! Right before the microphone opened up, Taryn was telling me that last night on Rip the Runway, which you guys will see this on BET, that Busta performed, and after his performance, he said, shout out, rest in peace to Izzy. That's, Israel Ramirez. And so, and she, raised her eyebrow. Well, but we have sound bites from the red carpet and stuff like that later on today on the show. And also, one of our favorite journalists, Torre, is going to be calling in to talk about, because he covered the Rip the Runway from the inside. Taryn was outside with the microphone, bum rushing the crowd. You went inside?
There was no red carpet, so.
Did they let you in with the rest of the journalists, or did you have to make do?
I had a hard time, but I got it.
Yeah, that's the name of the show. A hard time. Yeah, exactly. We got to make our own way. Everybody tries to keep us out. So that's coming on sometime soon, and also the BET Awards, or excuse me, the Soul Train Awards this year. They're gearing up for that. So they're going to be broadcast twice, March 11th and then March 19th. And this year hosted by friend to the show, Vivica A. Fox, and another friend to the show, Tyrese. Those are two good hosts. Tyrese has a really good personality, and Vivica is just great personality. Plus, she'll work it. She'll probably do a bunch of costume changes, and she'll make it real visually interesting for us to watch. I know that. The Black Eyed Peas are being featured this year to perform. John Legend, Chris Brown, the Pussycat Dolls featuring Avant. I like the Pussycat Dolls. I am not hating on them at all. They have silently moved in on both cultures very nicely. Because I've been in clubs, and Don't You Think Your Girlfriend comes on, and the black chicks and the white chicks, everybody is, don't you? Oh, don't you? Yeah. I like them. Jonathan's sister is in charge of the Pussycat Dolls. From Blowout on Bravo. Yeah, Jonathan. Mm-hmm. Anyway, Keisha Cole, friend to the room, she's performing this year at the Soul Train Awards. Charlie Wilson, another friend to the room, Flipside's performing. And this is the 20th year Soul Train is happening. So they're actually filming it on March 4th, which is this coming Saturday, out in Pasadena, California at the auditorium. So good. Great. Great. Oh, and the phone lines are open at 866-GET-WENDY. Feel free to call. I would like somebody to update me about last night's, Mimi interview with Barbara Walters. And I'm sure it was great, I'm sure she didn't say anything out of line, over the top, or blah, 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 because I would have probably heard about it by now. Robin Givens just signed on to extend her role as Roxy Hart on Broadway in Chicago, which is great, Robin. Great. More money for you. Steady work. Publicity and whatnot. Robin has been very low-key since she's been here in New York for that run. I don't hear, about Robin Givens, celebrity sightings and stuff. And she's just very low-key, which is a good thing, I guess. She's staying out of the papers. She's getting publicity for the right stuff. I guess she's old enough now to know how to manipulate the media, So instead of gossiping about who she finally got sex from, remember when she was here on the show? Because I have no idea. She's been so low-key. We're talking about that her Broadway run has been extended, which is great. So if you happen to be in New York between now and April 16th, just know that Robin Givens is Roxy Hart in Chicago. Yeah, go Robin. She was originally only supposed to be there, I think through the end of March. So that's terrific, Robin. Just wonderful. Mm-hmm. Anyway, are there any phone calls on hold? Because we can just go to those phone lines now. Hello, hi, it's Wendy. How are you?
Hey, Wendy, this is Nicole.
Yeah, hi, Nicole.
Hi, I'm calling because I heard you talking about the Soul Train Awards, and I'm so glad maybe people will watch it now. There's interesting people that's going to be there.
Yeah.
So maybe now they'll get some viewership.
Well, I think people... I don't know. I always thought people watched the Soul Train Awards.
Not enough, because everybody now watches the BET Awards because it's so exciting now.
Yeah, well, that's true, too.
Yeah, people dropped off the Soul Train Awards.
Wow, yeah.
Because they're corny, nobody shows up.
Yeah.
Somebody gives this is awards for who's so-and-so, and then they don't come up on stage because they're not there.
Well, yeah, the performances sound pretty exciting this year. Legend and Cole and stuff. And then,
I can watch Keisha Cole all day, so it's all right.
And I can watch Vivica Fox, change her outfits and introduce people, with the diva that she is all day. I know she's going to be a great host, and I know Tyrese. I could watch him all day. Period. He's got a great personality.
Exactly.
And great
look.
And great teeth. The contrast between his teeth and his skin is crazy.
Yes, it is.
What?
They're very white.
Yes.
Very white. And he's very cute.
Yeah, he is. All right. So thanks for calling.
You're welcome, Wendy.
Mike is on line number 7, and he's 22. It says on the computer, Mike, you want to do industry talk? Oh, how boring. Hi, Mike.
Hi, boring.
How boring. What do you want to talk about, Mike? Specifically with
I'm actually, believe it or not, I'm sleeping with Cameron Giles.
Excuse me. Let's turn this off. Goodbye. I'm not going through that. I don't know anything about that. Shout out to Cameron. Goose was not on the 8-second delay. I apologize for that. I know nothing about that. All right, let's go to Junebug. We have an on line number 6. Hi, Junebug.
Hey, Wendy. How you doing, girl?
Next to your name, it says you want to do random talk.
Yeah, just talk. So I hadn't talked to you in a minute.
I know.
That's all right. I was just a little busy. But
Junebug, please.
I mean, what dumb mess. excuse me. Don't nobody
Whatever.
want to hear that dumb mess. You know what I mean? Your kids, if you're doing it, you're doing it. Keep it to yourself. That's why kids miss a lot of blessings, because they run their mouth.
Well, yeah, you know, I mean, you know, and I gossip, and I love to hear stuff, but sometimes even I'm just like, ugh.
Yeah, ain't nobody beat for that mess.
Come on.
You know what I mean? Find something else to do with your time.
So what else is going on, June?
Nothing, child. Just the usual. I heard you talking about the Soul Train Award, child. You know, that shit fell off so bad, child. I might just peek in on it this time because, you know, before, you know, child, Miss Don Cornelia, she done changed the whole thing, child. You know, she's about old as Miss Jane Pittman now.
And about as cantankerous as Miss Jane Pittman also.
Exactly. So, child, I ain't know, you know, what's going to go on with that. That BET mess, I don't watch that mess anyway.
Yeah.
And Mariah Carey interview, child, who cares about Mariah Carey?
I do!
She's steady trying to reinvent herself, child. She just needs to be herself and stop, you know, all that extra mess and them tight dresses that look a mess on her, like a stuffed sausage.
I love them.
You know what I mean? I like Mariah because she got a beautiful voice.
Yeah, she does.
You can't take that from her. Mama
does.
can chirp. Yeah, she can chirp. You know what I'm saying? Okay, but I'm just saying, you know, just take it easy, Mariah. You know, you don't know your day channel. I ain't tell you to bow out gracefully, but, you know, just tone it down a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Well, that's good. That's all I had to say. When I just wanted to call you, see how you doing, girl. I ain't talk to you in a minute.
Thanks, Junebug. Take care.
All right. Bye-bye.
I am looking, I don't know what newspaper this is from, but it's a diagram that this doctor, this plastic surgeon did in talking about butt augmentation and how women's butts have 4 shapes. He says the prettiest butt is in the A picture. What newspaper did this come out of? He's a surgeon in Miami, and he's never seen a woman's backside that he didn't want to tweak a little by surgery, he says. He says a casual observer might think that's a pretty buttocks over there in the pink sweats with a narrow waist and a full bottom. But professionally speaking, I would enhance her butt by adding more fullness and projection at the middle and the bottom. I can always make a pretty butt even prettier. Wow. Yeah, this butt enhancement surgery is big. The most frequent complication is infection, they say, which occurs in 2 out of every 3. Or, 2 to 3 of every 100 patients. Well, that sounds like the rate of infection for any type of surgery, so it's no more risky than anything else in terms of infection. Other surgeons have reported tissue something or another in which the fat dies and must be removed. Ew. Patients also may have scars at the injection site that fade over time. A fuller, rounder butt. Wow. I don't know what newspaper this came out of. Somebody faxed this to me and didn't put the name of the newspaper on this side. Anyway, let's go back to line number 7. Bridget has a celebrity spotting. I'm interested. Hey, Bridget, I love those. Bridget? Okay, so then I'll just shout out to the Detroit girls on the fax machines. No, we can't talk about Tamala Jones. We've already talked about that. I have no beef with Tamala Jones. I don't know her. I simply know about her. And I know that when I spoke with Nate Dogg, yeah, you're right. I did tell Nate Dogg, look, you know, she's got this reputation and so on and so forth. And, you know, you realize that being an industry dude, you're going to have to be in the same room with a lot of the guys that she had the reputation by. I mean, hell, you know, many women have, you know, taken a turn or two around the track. But, you know, when the final outcome is who you're going to marry or whatever, the guys who you ran track with are way over there outside of your scope, your man, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, thank you, Detroit girls. We've addressed that ad nauseum. And whatever
I am looking for a type of job in which I can teach females how to give good professionals. I'm very interested in that. I'm very good at it.
The Wendy Williams Experience. 107.5 WBLS presents the WBLS Diet Pepsi Getaway and Play Trip a Day.
Hey, all you golfers out there, we got a special golfers package for 4 at a very special rate. Check this out.
Join us on the 72-par Arthur Hill Golf Course with a stunning ocean view of Puerto Rico for the Steve Harvey Celebrity Charity Golf Classic.
Presented by the Green Magazine, Tyler Perry's Medea Goes to Jail,
and Washington Mutual JDC Home Loan Center.
Get aboard JetBlue Airways.
Sincerely, JetBlue.
March 30th through April 2nd at the luxurious 5-star El Conquistador Resort and Country Club in Puerto Rico, man.
Lose yourself in the vibrant beauty of this grand hotel, perched on a 300-foot cliff overlooking the Atlantic and Caribbean Oceans. Relax and be pampered at the Golden Door Spa, El Con's tranquil path to inner and outer peace. Listen to the Steve Harvey Morning Show each weekday morning at 7:15 a.m. He'll let you know when to call in to win. Be the correct caller and pack your bags for the WBLS Getaway and Play trip a day to the El Conquistador Resort in Puerto Rico.
Or call Sheer Travel at 1-888-212-4534 to book your trip. And don't forget to ask about the special golfers package for 4 for the Steve Harvey Celebrity Charity Golf Classic presented by the Green Magazine. Tyler Perry's Medea Goes to Jail back at the Beacon Theater, May 9th through the 14th, and Washington Mutual JTC Home Loan Centers.
Come on, y'all, let's go to Puerto Rico.
The WBLS Trip a Day Getaway, courtesy of Diet Pepsi, light, crisp, refreshing, and the station giving you fun in the sun. 107.5 WBLS.
Today's R&B and classic soul, home of the Steve Harvey Morning Show and the Wendy Williams Experience in the afternoon. Thank you, everybody, for being here. 25 minutes past the hour. And about Puerto Rico, 888-212-4534. Our friend Ghostface came yesterday, and, you know, he's got his new CD coming out on March 28th. But he will also be in Puerto Rico with us, as well as Keisha Cole, as well as the Jones Brothers, and Chameleonaire said that his schedule is free, so he'll see us there. So we're going to have a great time. I was at the Laugh Factory last night for the Wendy Williams Comedy Experience, and shout out to everybody who was there. I enjoy Wednesdays very much. And Capone, the gangsta of comedy, who's, you know, that's my dude on Wednesday nights. So he's going to be in Puerto Rico for the Wendy Williams Comedy Experience. Rob Stapleton, Will Spence, Tony Roberts, Drew Frazier. That's right. That's a lot of laughing. That's a lot of laughing Friday night in Puerto Rico. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Let me just dip to line number 2. Kim has a question regarding orgasm. Kim.
Yes.
Yeah, Advice Hour is next hour when Dr. Hilda is going to be here to talk to you about that.
Oh, okay. So I have to call back.
Yes, you do, Kim.
Okay.
Although Kim, if you fax in, if you know, just in case you don't get through, if you want to fax, 866-WENDY-FAX.
Okay, well, yeah, I'll be at work in a minute, so I can fax that.
Terrific. All right, Kim, take care.
All right, thanks.
Bye-bye. And she's calling from Chester. Dawn is on line number 6, and she wants to talk about me being a hypocrite.
Larry.
Dawn?
Hi.
Hi, it's Wendy. How are you?
Wendy.
Yes.
I called to fight with you.
Okay.
I don't like the hypocrisy.
What kind of hypocrisy?
How you pick and choose.
I do.
Who you'll put on blast.
And I will.
It's not right.
Well, why?
Because
why?
This is the Wendy Williams Experience, and we should all get to hear whoever wants to put whoever on.
No. This is the Wendy Williams Experience, and it's about my livelihood. I don't know how to do a computer or sell Lancome at me. In the true spirit of trying to entertain you all, and I will pick and choose, and that's that.
Okay, Wendy.
Okay, Dawn.
Can I give a shout out?
Go ahead, Dawn.
I want to say how you doing to Larry.
All right. Thank you, Dawn. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
And I got news for you, and I know specifically what she was talking about, and you all do also. I have put that in a blind item so many times. And gotten Tourette's moments so many times that I don't need direct firing. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like I don't need, somebody reckless to call up here and try to F up my livelihood, So Dawn, I'm sorry if you don't understand the bigger business here. I know this job sounds like, fun and jokes and all like that, but there is bigger business going on. I don't know how to do anything else.
Put that where? Back there.
Thank you, Vivica. All right, so Paul is on line number 7, and he said that I didn't let the guy finish about Cameron, and he wanted to talk about the public beef. Paul?
Yes.
Yes, hi.
How you doing?
No, I didn't let him finish, Paul, and if you're going to finish, then I'm going to have to hang up on you.
Actually, that wasn't the topic of the story.
Okay, good. Well, why? Do you know the dude who called?
I'm actually mutual friends to both artists.
Okay. Well, I don't know the dude that called as being an artist. The third word out of his mouth was about having sex with somebody. So I had to hang up.
understandable.
Okay.
What was supposed to be said was
Get ready, Goose.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
Was the entertainment, the hip-hop industry, how the beef, everything is like a basic plague, because I actually heard a conversation where someone's actually going to be paid off to actually squash the beef, and everything is going to be like, oh, we're grown men. And I just want to say how guys are so fake, and they claim we do this, we do that in the street, and it's really none of that.
You're talking about the beef between Cameron and Jay-Z.
Exactly.
Yeah, which is why I have no interest in following that beef. And MTV did something on Cameron and Jay-Z, and BET. They have something going on with Cameron. I have no interest in following any of it because I understand a good beef makes for good publicity.
Exactly.
And don't get it twisted, because sometimes the beefs are real. Sometimes they are very real. But I also have no interest in that either, because I feel like, like kind of fanning the flame and stuff. And so, once again, I pick and choose here, how deep into a beef we're going to get, or whether we're going to acknowledge it or whatever. But I'm so over that particular one, Paul.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Can I give a shout out?
Go ahead, Paul.
All right, listen, I'd like to give a shout out to everybody in Patterson, New Jersey, the 4th Ward, the Alabama Projects, the Pound, everybody moving those bricks, get money. You heard me?
All right, Paul. Easy. Have a good day. June is on line number 2 from Long Island. She has information about Natalie Holloway. That is the woman whose body... June?
Hello? Yeah, I'm here.
Hi, June. What is it that you have about Natalie Holloway?
Okay.
Refresh everyone. She is yet another woman who fell into the hands of an evil doer. Natalie Holloway.
Yeah, a few months ago when Natalie Holloway had disappeared, and
this is the woman from Newark, right?
Yes.
Yes, and they said that she probably knew her attacker.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
This is Natalie Holloway that was missing in Aruba.
Oh, that Natalie. Okay,
Yeah,
so we're thinking
that
about
Natalie.
Okay, what about her?
Well, a few months ago when it happened, I was surfing through the channel, and I was CNN, and then I hear what her name is.
I don't know.
Oh, that lady. Okay, they were talking about Natalie Holloway and the disappearance, right? And then I was so sad to hear about that, and I started praying. And then I laid back on my bed with my eyes closed. And then I saw a vision. I see everything that happened to Natalie. And the morning I wake up, I frantically was trying to get to a news media or somebody to tell them something. And they hung up on me because, I mean, when you say a vision, you know, nobody want to hear that. But it's really true.
I don't believe in visions either.
You don't believe in vision? And I say, I know Wendy would believe in this because it's something that you see. And
here's the thing.
Here's the thing. I am disabled right now.
Okay.
And I had visions of me being in a wheelchair, being disabled. And I know I didn't pay attention to my vision because I didn't want it to be true.
Right.
And I ignored it, and didn't go to the doctor.
So you're in a wheelchair now?
Yes. I suffer from high blood pressure, and I was working around the clock. I was, wasn't paying attention to my health.
Yeah.
And I was working overtime all the time.
Wow.
And I had a vision twice.
Okay.
In few months, I saw myself being disabled in a wheelchair.
You know what, June, that's one of those things where I always try to say, on when we do, the medical minute, like women particularly, because we're so busy working, all of us, that we often neglect our help. June, is it true that you're 44 years old?
Yes, I'm 44. And when I had, 5 years ago, I had the stroke. I was in my
39?
30s.
Wow. Okay, June, I have to get ready to get off the phone.
But I'm telling you about, because I want her mother to call me.
Okay.
I even called the Alabama Police Department and tell them, please get this message to
Is Natalie Holloway dead?
She is dead, and she's in the backyard of one of the suspects. I believe they buried her in the backyard.
Tana Hoy said that she's in the middle of the ocean. She was eaten by the sharks.
No. She's in the backyard. Remember that story?
No.
Because I watched Nightline last week, and he was saying that he was on the beach with her, and he left his shoes there, and they couldn't find it when he said he left it there because he wasn't on the beach.
Okay.
He was not on the beach.
All right, June, I want to thank you for calling. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
All right.
I was so distracted by the fact that we're peers in the name of agedom. Wow. And, she had a stroke at 39, which, wow. And diabetes has left her in a high blood pressure. She's in a wheelchair from between the stroke and the high blood pressure. And then her delivery. June sounded like 85 years old, right? Wow. Well, June, thank you for listening to the show. Thank you for calling. And, thank you for sharing your vision. I'm sorry I'm so small-minded. I don't believe in visions and stuff, so I was losing interest fast. I was more interested in hearing about your health woes, Anyway, got another WBLS reminder for you right here. Stephanie Cohen's frightening to fabulous living room makeover. Boy, I'll tell you, tomorrow we announce the winner of this week. And then we'll have all four weekly winners, and they'll compete for which one of those four is going to win the grand prize, which is a $50,000 living room makeover, courtesy of Stephanie Cohen and her business, Benjamin Rug and Home Imports in Secaucus, New Jersey. Log on to WBLS.com and vote for who you think this week's winner should be. Just take a look at some, and remember, it's got to be a frightening living room, and we want to make it fabulous. It's the frightening to fabulous living room makeover. And it's Wendy here until 7 o'clock when Vaughn comes in on 107.5 WBLS.
107.5 WBLS.
Today's R&B and classic soul.
Taking it back, baby. Taking it back. Old school short shot. Yes. The rhythm, the rebel. 2, 3, hey. A little play from back in the day. It's Wendy, man. Wendy Williams. The Wendy Williams Experience. Yo, did you catch this flashback?
This is Bimbo Wendy.
Oh, Bimbo. Hey, Bimbo.
Hey, and I want to say something to everyone that's phony for Valentine's Day. I feel so sorry for y'all, but y'all need to change y'all little nasty attitude. When somebody try to talk to y'all in the club, y'all looking like, I don't want to talk to you. Remy Martin got y'all thinking y'all could see it and y'all really ugly. It's Valentine's Day, and you ain't got nobody good for you. And Wendy, before I hang up, I want to let you know who my Valentine's Day is, girl.
Okay, go ahead.
You know the boy that I said hit me over the head with the sample bottle?
Yes.
Wendy, I see why Tina Turner was in love with Ike for so many years. Even though it's wrong,
yes,
it turns me on, Wendy. So that's my Valentine's Day, Ray. I'm coming out tonight.
You got him. This it right here. Miss a day, miss a whole lot. Coming through your speakers, boy. It's Wendy, man.
Woo! It's the Wendy Williams Experience. Coming up next hour for Advice Hour, we're having our special friend to the room, Dr. Hilda Hutcherson. She's been on Oprah. She's written, her new book is called Pleasure, by the way. And, I have my copy, and I sent my other copy to my girlfriend, Lisa. Lisa, you have yet to tell me how you love the book. I know that was a book right up your alley. Anyway, the subtitle of that is A Woman's Guide to Getting the Sex She Wants, Needs, and Deserves. Pleasure. And it's in all the bookstores. Dr. Hilda is married. She's a mother, and she knows her sex. She was a practicing GYN for more than 20 years. Then she appeared on Oprah, The Today Show 2020. She's a monthly columnist for Glamour and Essence magazines. She's also the co-director of the New York Center for Women's Health at Columbia University. I mean, she's heavy. She's heavy in the game. So if you want to talk about sex and what you can do because he's not big enough or small enough, or men, she's too loose, or you can't seem to achieve orgasm, or whatever it is, now's the time to think about what your question's going to be. And I will be entertaining your phone calls and your faxes, more so on the phones, though, when Dr. Hilda calls. But that's next hour for Advice Hour. In the meantime, I see in today's Daily News front page it's not on the front page. They call this particular section here the front page. That little Kim is worried that her boobs may be leaking. Well, there's a thing with breast implants. You've got to get them replaced every few years. When I say few, I'm talking, the plastic surgeons say 7 to 10 years. 7 to 10 years, you get them replaced, you get new ones put in. You can go the same size or size up or whatever, but the point is that you need to take them out and put new ones in. If you're interested in breast implants and you want to know why, ask your plastic surgeon when you go for your consultation. It's a perfectly logical explanation, though, to me. It's not a one-time deal. That's the thing about breast implants. You have to be sure that you're going to be having an extra $7,000, $8,000 for the follow-up. Right. You just can't, fall into the money and then think that it's going to be all good. You got to get your follow-up or you're going to have problems. So they say apparently she's worried that her boobs are leaking and she needs to have them serviced. Her reps say that she's perfectly healthy, but other people are saying that she's confided in family members that she's having a festering problem with her breasts. And so the prison people say that if, they have a medical unit, and if the medical unit there can't handle it, then they will contract out, services from, somebody else. In little Kim's case, her plastic surgeon or whatever. But that's a thing. That can be a serious problem. Well, I don't know whether she has silicone or saline. If she has silicone, then there's a big problem. If she has saline, then that's simply, water with a little salt and it's just leaking into your body. It's fine. It dissipates and it goes away. But then you have a boop, boop. Say you have a boop, a little tiny egg cup, and then boop. Yeah, you can't lay on your stomach because then you'll have a boop, boop. Ow. Or a boop.
Wow.
Yeah, imagine Imagine being with your man, he squeezed your breast. What? Oh, boy. Oh, the article about the booty. First of all, this doctor says that the butt injections or the butt replacement or whatever, $20,000. All right, he's really overinflating, no pun intended. But it's in the New York Times today. So if you're interested, this looks like a really good comprehensive article. Excuse me, on booty enhancement in the New York Times today. So you might want to pick that up if you're interested. So Farnsworth Bentley, everybody, has a CD coming out. Well, this is certainly worth a visit back to the show, Farnsworth. Yeah, he's already collaborated with Kanye West and his good buddy Andre 3000. Plus, they say that the album's going to feature several talented upcoming producers. And it's currently he's currently working on the track called Since I Was 9. That's going to be his first song. Shut up. Everybody's thinking the same thing, right? I knew. Since I was 9. How you doing? Since I was 9. Yeah. Since I was 9. Anyway, they say originally Bentley was scheduled to drop his album on his birthday, February 13th. But the album doesn't have a title and it's not quite ready. So they say that, it'll be coming out this summer. All right. So we need a springtime visit from Mr. Since I Was 9. You doing?
I have one thing to say. How you doing?
I see in today's newspaper that Lisa Rinna got a job on E. She's replacing Samantha Harris. Good. Samantha is a bore. I mean, she adds, even Juliana DePandes is like, Juliana's grown on me to the point where I like her a lot. She seems like even in person, she'd be a nice girl. If she's not, please don't fax me and tell me differently. I just like to go with my thought. But Lisa Rinna is going to replace Samantha Harris on the E! News. And Samantha Harris, they say in the newspaper, is going to be the entertainment correspondent on Good Morning America with Diane Sawyer. Do people still watch that? I thought that the number one choice for national morning shows was Katie Couric and Matt Lauer. Most of the people that I know who like national TV in the morning, they watch Katie and Matt. Yeah. I'm just talking. So let's go to the telephone because Tanya has a question on line number 2 regarding a celebrity on logo. Hi, Tanya.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, Wendy. How are you?
Good. So what's going on with Logo?
Okay, so I watch Logo all the time. Do you watch Logo?
You know what? Every time I watch it on, Kim Coles is on with the all the different reality show stars.
On Logo, the gay channel?
Yeah, or else there's some movie that I'm not interested in because I don't have that kind of time.
Well, I watch Noah's Ark. That's like my favorite show.
Okay. Never seen
so
that,
I'm watching Logo the other day.
Yeah.
And I was watching this show. It was a documentary on aggressive lesbians. Right? How you doing?
Wow.
So, yes.
Go ahead.
So, there was this model in there. Her name's Keisha. And she was being profiled, and they were telling her story or whatever. And at the end, on the screen, they put Keisha was involved with a married celebrity, and the relationship broke up because when it was alluded to the press that they were dating. I want to know who that is. And she said, it was somebody, I was dating somebody in the industry. And I'm thinking, well, she's a model. It's got to be somebody in the modeling industry. And I was thinking it was like Kamora Lee Simmons, maybe. But I'm like, what other famous black models that would actually, date a black girl? Like, like Tyra Banks, probably not. But, like Naomi Campbell, no. But I'm trying to think, who is she talking about?
I don't know.
And it was like, it was known.
Wow.
Because it was when it was alluded to the press that she was dating this person, they ended their relationship. And she talked about it openly.
Wow.
But they never said who it was.
Okay. Well, I don't know.
Oh, Wendy, you know everything. Hello.
No, I don't know that one. And because, there's a million possibilities is one thing. And the other thing is, I look at Logo to try to catch this Noah's Ark, which never seems to be on. But
it comes on all. I have to DVR it because I just set the timer to just tape it whenever it comes on.
Okay, Tanya, thanks for calling. Everybody keep it here. Advice Hour's coming up next.
Okay.
Wendy, man.
My boyfriend and I have been dating for like about 4 months now, and first time we had sex, he could not get it up at all.
Maybe it's drinking. Is he a drug user? Does he take any depressants or anything?
No, nothing.
Maybe it's...
How you doing? The Wendy Williams Experience. Everybody needs some.
Should I leave? Like, is that selfish to my son?
Come get some.
Let me tell you, Wendy, it's really a trouble with a dude.
Advice out.
I'm having a problem with my fiance and his family.
I was in a relationship with this girl for like 18 months. She told me the relationship meant nothing.
Always drama.
Call Wendy right now. 1-866-GET-WENDY. Fax Wendy at 866-WENDY-FAX.
Wendy, can you give me advice on plastic surgery?
Alrighty, everybody. Let's open the door for our guest, Dr. Hilda Hutcherson, the author of Pleasure. Thank you, Dr. Hilda. Are these more sex toys?
Oh, no. This is a medical device.
Oh.
And it helps you get the kind of orgasms to make your toes curl and you can't breathe.
Here's the thing. I've never had a problem achieving orgasm. So while I'll watch this and I'll look at this, I'll save them for a girl that I know once she starts complaining.
Wendy, it give you that out-of-body experience.
All right, well, maybe I'll bring this to Puerto Rico.
You should try it.
Dr. Hilda, today, I'm glad that you're here. Dr. Hilda's here. The phone calls that we are taking are pertaining to sex and your life. And if you're going to call about a relationship situation, I hope that this is having to do with some sort of sexual aspect of your relationship. Otherwise, we can't talk to you today, and I'm sorry. I just don't want to waste Dr. Hilda being here. Now it's time for Wendy's Medical Minute, and I'm relating it to you, Dr. Hilda, because I want to know. I want to know all about this new G-spot surgery. It was written up in the New York Post the other day. Everybody, it's called the G-shot. The procedure, they say, is about $1,800, and the shot is a shot of collagen, Dr. Hilda, that will temporarily enlarge your G-spot, making it easier to locate and finally have that orgasm that you've dreamt about. Dr. Hilda, you weigh in on that.
No. The only thing that G-shot is going to do is line somebody's pockets.
Okay.
Meaning the physician that's doing that is lining his pockets with lots of cash. It's not covered by insurance, so you have to pay cash for this.
Right.
The problem is the G-spot is a series of glands that line the urethra. That's that tube that goes from your bladder to outside your body.
Yes.
You pee through that.
Right.
So it's a bunch of glands that surround that. That's what the G-spot is. You can't inject collagen into a gland. So they're just injecting collagen into the vagina, basically, which is pushing the vagina out, but not at all increasing the sensitivity of the G-spot.
Well, let me ask you this. If you inject collagen into that column, then aren't you making yourself tighter, thereby... because it's enlarging, so you make so you're squeezing his organ?
No. Well, it's going to make it better for him then.
Yeah.
It's not going to make it better for you.
Yeah.
In fact, it's going to make the area numb, so you're not going to feel anything.
Okay.
So, like I said, it's all a gimmick, and it's not worth anything.
Then I'm glad that you're here. You answered that. Okay, case closed on that, people. And that's Wendy's Medical Minute. Now, I would like to go to the telephone. Kimmy is on line number 6. She's 25 years old, Dr. Hilda, and she's got issue with orgasms. Go ahead, Kimmy. You're on the radio with Wendy, and there's Dr. Hilda.
Yes, Dr. Hilda. I'm calling from Yonkers, and I'm 25 years old, and I'm calling because I'm a dancer, and also I'm in a relationship with somebody for like over 3 years, and he's crazy in bed. When I mean crazy, I'm talking about crazy good. We do the third input and everything, but Dr. Hilda, I just can't come to no orgasm, and he's having a hard time with that. Now, when I do VIPs where I dance at, I tend to come now and then, so I don't really know what to do.
Well, it's nice to hear that you can have an orgasm some of the time.
I'm a very hot girl, I like to say that.
Yeah, and you enjoy sex, and that's what's important. I think what may be happening is that because he's putting pressure on you to perform, to have this orgasm, because it makes him feel more like a man, you're putting pressure on yourself, and you're thinking about, oh, is it going to happen? Is it going to happen? And therefore, it doesn't happen. So he's got to stop putting pressure on you. You have to stop putting pressure on yourself. You know what makes you feel good, and you know what area of your body gives you the most sensitivity and the good feelings, and just concentrate on stimulating that area and concentrate on the good feelings and not on orgasm as a goal, and you'll start to have more orgasms.
Thank you for calling. All right, here's the facts. Dr. Hilda, I'm a 40-year-old woman. I'm dating a 51-year-old man who is well put together, meaning he's very in shape. There's only one problem. He's about 6 inches long with no width. Very, very narrow, Dr. Hilda. I'm used to much, much more than that. He also has orgasm very fast. Sex might last for 5 minutes, the intercourse part. He has no problem going down on me. What can I do or say to him to let him know that I'm not satisfied?
Well, if he enjoys other forms of stimulation, if he enjoys giving you oral sex, then, get yours during the oral part.
Right.
And not, don't put so much pressure on the intercourse part. I mean, men come in different sizes.
Right.
And some are very thin and some are very thick. And I wouldn't hold that against him, of course.
I was going to ask you, is that a reason to leave the relationship?
No, absolutely not, because there's so many other things you can do. If he's giving you oral sex and you're getting orgasms that way, so do that way. The other thing that you can do when a man is narrow is choose positions that increase the friction in your vagina, which means any position in which your legs are closed tight together will increase the stimulation in your vagina and your clitoris.
So if you lay on your side and he comes up behind you and your legs are closed, you know that position when you're laying in the bed on your side?
Yeah, exactly.
Then, that's a good one. I mean,
and the thing is, most men will come in 3 to 5 minutes. That's average. So if he's lasting 5 minutes, that's an average man.
What about men that last for 20 minutes or 25 minutes?
There's some that can.
Okay.
But the average man is 3 to 5 minutes.
Marie has a question also. Hi, Wendy. Hi, Dr. Hilda. I have a question. When I have sex with my partner, his penis hits something in my stomach and it hurts. Why does this happen?
Yeah. With deep penetration or a large man and a small woman, what happens is with deep penetration, you're hitting against the cervix at the top of the vagina. And the cervix is connected to the uterus. The uterus is connected to the ovary. So if you're pounding against the cervix, that's making the uterus and the ovaries and the bladder and the bowel and everything else is moving.
Can pounding against the cervix later in life when you want to have kids give you a weak cervix?
No.
Okay.
It doesn't affect the cervix. So what she has to do to make sex comfortable is choose a position where you can't get as deep.
Right. Switch the positions.
Change positions.
All right. On line number 6, Naya's there. She's 25 and she has issues with her sexual partner. Naya, you have to be more specific, and you're on the radio with Dr. Hilda. Go ahead.
Hi, Dr. Hilda. This is Naya from New Jersey. I'm calling because I'm having an issue. Like, I can't have an orgasm without playing with myself.
That's okay.
While I'm having sex.
There's nothing wrong with that, honey. Knock yourself out.
Just make sure that he's watching because he'll love it.
He'll love it. Absolutely.
Thanks for calling. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
That was
yeah, why can't we do that?
Don't be questioned.
Should be doing that.
Oh, and men love to see that.
Yeah,
What?
they love it. It gives them such a rise.
Line number 7 is Tracy, and she's 23, and she wants to talk about a sexual relationship with a woman. Hi, Tracy. You're on the radio with Dr. Hilda.
Hi, how are you?
Hi.
I was calling because I've been with my baby father for about 8 years, and the whole time I've been with him, I haven't been able to have an orgasm, but when I had a relationship with a female, I had one all the time. So should I just consider that as me being gay, or should I look at that as me not being attracted to men, and how do I handle that?
Doesn't mean anything except women know how to give women pleasure, and they're not, they don't use a penis to give you pleasure. They're using their hands or they're using your tongues. A man can do the exact same thing if you just slow down and do that first rather than rushing to intercourse. So it doesn't mean anything about your preference. It just makes sense that a woman would know how to give a woman pleasure.
Thank you for calling. Dr. Hilda, I want to be clear on something for the audience. Can you get STDs from sex toys?
Sure you can. If you're sharing them with somebody else and you're not covering them with a condom.
Well, what if everything is dried up, the airborne, it's a week later and you're using it on a different partner?
Well, virus is going to be dead after a week, and the most bacteria are going to be dead as well.
It just looks nasty because the crust is there.
Yeah.
But if you're sharing a sex toy that same night while everything is still juicy, then yes, you can get an STD.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Kimmy is on, we talked to Kimmy already, I think. So let's talk to Anonymous on line number 1. Her man has erection issues. Hi, Anonymous.
Hi.
Hi. All right, turn your radio all the way down. You need to speak up. You're on the radio with Dr. Hilda. Go ahead.
Okay, Dr. Hilda, my question is, what do I do about a partner that has a squishy penile area every time you want to have sex?
What is that, a fatty pad?
No, it's a he's not all the way erect.
Oh, wow. It's
I've asked all the questions like, are you gay? Is it weed?
Is he cheating?
Are you not attracted? Like, everything.
Is he cheating?
How old is he?
30.
How old are you?
31.
Is he cheating? Has he had sex the day before? A lot of times when men are getting it in from you and somebody else, they don't get as hard. And that, if you know your man, then that's the immediate sign that your man is cheating.
Or they may be masturbating a lot.
Or that.
That's what it is.
Okay. And if they masturbate a lot, it's difficult to get it up. If you've already done it in the shower in the morning, it's going to be difficult to get it up again at night. And the stimulation they get with their hands, because they do it really hard, really fast, and really tight, is different from what they get from a vagina. So sometimes men, they masturbate so much that the vagina is just not enough stimulation for them. So they need to, pull back on the masturbation, pull back on the pornography and things like that.
Yeah.
And then it'll work a little bit.
Okay. Thank you for calling. Everybody, Dr. Hilda's new book is Pleasure, A Woman's Guide to Getting the Sex You Want, Need, and Deserve. She's been on Oprah. She's been on the Today Show. She's an associate professor of obstetrics and gynecology at Columbia University. She lives here in the New York area with her husband. She's got 4 children, and she's still dropping it like it's hot. She's the monthly columnist for Glamour magazine and Essence magazine. She was a practicing GYN for 20 years, but you're no longer in practice.
Well, I do sexuality issues in practice.
Well, this is why we have you here. So we're going to continue with our phone conversation. Let's go to line number 6. George is 32. George, a question about milk from your wife's breast.
Yes.
All right, go ahead and speak to Dr. Hilda. George.
Yes.
Talk to Dr. Hilda.
Hi, Dr. Hilda. This is the thing. When I have
when I give my wife oral sex and she sits on top of my mouth, and I caress her breast and I pinch her nipples, there's milk coming out of them. I tell her that it's milk, but she's telling me that it's something else.
Ooh. Well, if you stimulate the breasts a lot, if you do that quite often, the breasts don't know the difference between a man stimulating or a baby stimulating. So sometimes the body can get confused and start
But wait, he didn't mention anything about a baby. Do you guys have a newborn?
Oh, no. We have a daughter, but she's 10 years old.
Or is she taking birth control pills?
No. She has the IUD.
Yeah, but again, like I said, sometimes when men stimulate the breast a lot, the body gets confused and does make this milk. But she does need to see her doctor to make sure her prolactin, is a hormone, her prolactin level's not up.
All right, thanks for calling. Line number 3. Shanice wants to talk about the third input. Hi, Shanice. Oh, damn, that was going to be a good one, too. Damn.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about that.
All right, well, there's you know what? Ladies and gentlemen, this is your time to call and ask all the questions that I'm not an expert. Your friends aren't experts. Dr. Hilda is here, and this is what she's here for. So please continue to charge up the phone lines and send your faxes. There's another George on line number 7. He's 43, and he's calling about premature ejaculation. George?
Yes.
Go ahead and speak to Dr. Hilda. You're on the radio.
Dr. Hilda, how are you?
Great, thanks.
All right. I guess I'm considered to be a minute man, but I'm trying not to be. I've been with my wife for like 18 years, and you know, as long as we have oral sex, then she's okay. But if we don't have oral sex and we go right to it, you know, like 2 or 3. Now I heard you say earlier about, you know, most guys only last 3 to 5 minutes. But I always feel like, you know, the body's willing, but once it shoots that first one, that's it.
Yeah, this is probably the most common complaint that men have is premature ejaculation. And that's basically if you only last a minute, as he said. If you're a minute man, that's a problem.
He's older, so he's...
And it increases as you get older.
He's 47.
It really does.
Yeah, but that's not an old man. Like, I would think...
No, I mean, like, there's got to be something I can do, though.
But men peak when they're 18, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
So 43.
Damn.
Yeah, there are techniques that you can do, which is kind of start, stop, where you feel yourself getting close and then you stop.
Yeah,
and
see, I try that, but
your partner has to work with you.
Once I get it going, forget stopping.
You have to stop before you get to that point of inevitability.
Yeah.
You know, when it's like starting to get really good, then you got to pull back and start all over again. And you have to keep doing that.
Yeah, but it's like crack, man. You can't just stop once you get started.
Oh, yes, you can. Well, you're going to have to.
Exactly.
You're going to have to grab control of yourself, man, and work on this and do these exercises with your wife. She'll help you get there. But the other thing is, I have to say to you, for women, the best thing is oral sex. I mean, we really, if you know how to do it well.
Oh, yeah. With that,
really, well, then you need to give that to her every time.
Right. Let her bust off before you bust off.
That's right. You give it to her.
Yeah, well, that's why I try
every single time. And I hope my husband's listening to this. Every single time.
Every single time. Every time.
Give her that oral sex every time. And then we don't care if you only take a minute.
Right.
It's fine.
As a matter of fact, we'll take 30 seconds so that we can get to sleep. So we can take this damn hair off and wash this makeup off our faces.
And get into something comfortable.
You know, exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you, George. Thank you, George. Bye-bye. Everybody keep it where you got it. The fabulous Dr. Hilda Hutcherson is in the studio. Use this time to formulate your questions and jump on the phone. 866-GET-WENDY. The fax machine, 866-WendyFax. We'll take your emails, too, but we're not as fast with those as the phone and the fax. Thank you.
It's Wendy, man.
Now, my question is about the Kegel. Why is it every time I try to do them, I have an orgasm? Is that normal?
I don't know, but it must be pleasurable. The Wendy Williams Experience.
107.5 WBLS presents the WBLS Diet Pepsi Getaway and Play Trip a Day.
Get aboard JetBlue Airways. Sincerely, JetBlue.
March 30th through April 2nd at the luxurious 5-star El Conquistador Resort and Country Club in Puerto Rico.
Lose yourself in the vibrant beauty of this grand hotel.
Perched on a 300-foot cliff overlooking the Atlantic and Caribbean Oceans. Relax and be pampered at the Golden Door Spa, El Con's tranquil path to inner and outer peace. Oh, hell, let's get to the point. We're going to party. We're going to have fun. I got DJ Quad coming from Jersey and JC Jace coming from Brooklyn and SNS coming from Uptown. We're leaving nothing to chance. Keisha Coles is going to be entertaining us, and I need you to be at my private island party. It's Palomino Island. It's in Puerto Rico, and we're going to get down.
Sponsored by Bally's Total Fitness. Meet your potential. The Universal Circus, back in the tri-state area. And Benjamin Rugg and Home Furniture Designs in Secaucus, New Jersey.
So listen to the Steve Harvey Morning Show each weekday morning at 7:15 a.m. He's going to tell you the next time you can call in and win.
Be the correct caller and pack your bags for the WBLS Getaway and Plane Trip a Day to the El Conquistador Resort in Puerto Rico. Or call Sheer Travel 1-888-212-4534 and book your trip to join us.
It's the WBLS Trip a Day Getaway.
Courtesy of Diet Pepsi. Light, crisp, refreshing.
And the station giving you fun in the sun.
107.5 WBLS.
WBLS and the New York City Department of Health encourage you to quit smoking. Call 311 for more information.
Today's R&B and Classic Soul is on 107.5 WBLS. This hour of the Wendy Experience is brought to you by Aveeno Lip Care. Join Bob Lee tomorrow. He's going to be at St. Charles Borromeo Church. St. Charles Borromeo Church. That's on 211 West 141st Street in Harlem. He's going to be there for the 7th annual kickoff breakfast for Healing in Harlem. It's going to be a week of vigil prayer and gospel healing. Find out more about it by going to our website at WBLS.com. It doesn't say what time Dr. Bob is going to be at the church, but I would imagine if it's a week, if you know, it's a big to-do, somewhere around 12 noon. You can call the church to find out. St. Charles Borromeo Church on 141st Street. That's tomorrow. That is tomorrow. Okay. Let me tell you real quick about the telephone number for Puerto Rico. Let me crow about my podiatrist, and then we are going to go to the phones because Dr. Hilda is in the studio. 866-GET-WENDY. Puerto Rico, here we go. March 30th through April 2nd. We're going to have a delightful time. You know, Steve and me and the parties and the golf and the endless fun. Oh, boy. Come on, let's go to Puerto Rico. Join us. 888. Reserve your trip today at Sheer Travel. 888-212-4534, 888-212-4534. Dr. Stuart Mogul, he did both my bunions at one time. I went for 6 consultations. Only one doctor broke it down and said, look, you're going to get one bunion done, and you're going to hesitate on coming back to get the other one done. Not because it's going to hurt, but because you're going to become too busy. And I say, well, why don't you do both at one time? Oh, we don't do that. Well, I finally got to Dr. Stuart Mogul, and in addition to telling me that he does 2 bunions at one time, he just made me feel comfortable and confident. And not for nothing, because we're not doctors. I don't know about you. I tend to judge a doctor's practice on what the office looks like as well, because what else do we know? I'll tell you this one practice that I went to. I was literally walking around homeless people, and this was in Midtown Manhattan on the sidewalk, and I was like, this is not a good look. And then the elevator in the building was really, really dirty and rickety, and I was just like, yeah, know what? I'm going to continue my investigation, but I am not getting... And then I got in the office, a bunch of loudmouth receptionists and stuff. I was like, oh, hell no. And, you know, ironically, the doctor had really good things to say. But the presentation was just all wrong. And so I didn't end up. Anyway, the good news is I discovered Dr. Stuart Mogul on my own. After I got to him, I found out that he'd been on The View and so on and so forth. 22 years in practice, board-certified foot surgeon, the attending surgeon at Lenox Hill Hospital, Manhattan Eye, Ear, and Throat Hospital, and the Fifth Avenue Surgical Center. His practice is limited to foot surgery. Surgical corrections of your bunions, your corns, your hammer-toes, your crooked toes. What is wrong with your feet? Go see my guy, Dr. Stuart Mogul. I don't have his telephone number in front of me, but I can give you his website, and I know that he is in Directory Assistance 411. His web address is footnyc.com. Or is it footnewyork.com? Why don't they put this on the damn copy? Shout out to the sales department. You all, I mean, I love you, but if you want stuff to be sold, you really do need to get it together with this copy. At least during my show. I often find stuff is missing from copy or whatever. Like there should be telephone number and so on and so forth. I'm telling our customers who are listening, call 411-DAMN-1. I don't know the website. I think it's Foot NYC or Foot New York.
Not a good look. Doesn't make you sound smart.
It doesn't make me sound smart. It's my doctor. But you know what? He did my feet 2 years ago. What do I need for him now? That means he did a good job.
Exactly.
I mean, if your dude is good, you only have to go to him one time. Right? Dr.
right.
Hilda? It's a foot doctor is not like a GYN where you go once a year or twice a year. And so, dear Wendy, I'm a 45-year-old woman, and it's too late. I'm a 45-year-old woman, and it takes a long time for me to reach an orgasm. When I do it, it is not as intense as it used to be. What's going on with my body, doctor? Is it age or not enough blood circulating in the area? P.S. I'm an old patient of yours. You did surgery on my ovarian cyst. That's Jackie.
All right. Most women, when they're 45, they're considered perimenopausal, which means that estrogen levels are going down. You know, ovaries aren't working as well, but also your testosterone levels going down. So some women will have a loss of desire because of decreased testosterone, and some women will have weak orgasms. So it takes a really long time to get there. And then when you get there, some women say it's like a poof. You know, it's not the screaming kind anymore.
Like you had when you were 22.
Yeah, and that's because of aging and decreasing hormones.
Oh.
So sometimes what we do is we'll prescribe some testosterone cream and have the woman rub it on her clitoris. So it brings that sensitivity back and it brings that intense orgasm.
Now, while she has a great orgasm, now she's going to have a failing liver because the cream, everything has an adverse side effect.
It's just a small amount of testosterone, certainly not enough to give you a liver failure.
Okay. All right. By the way, how close are we to the woman's Viagra pill? How close are we to that?
Not at all.
Oh, crap. All right. Sorry, girls. Line number 7, Tawana is 42, and she's a question about discharge. Hey, Tawana.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Sticky panties, huh?
Sometimes, not all the time.
Yeah.
It's just that I've been checked and everything. I don't have no diseases or anything, and it's just a normal discharge, I guess. I don't know. Sometimes it just bothers me to have that.
Don't worry about it. It's better to have that than to be dry as a desert. So,
Okay.
you know, every woman's different. Some women make a lot of secretions and other women don't. So if it's not an infection, if it's bothering you, you can carry around little wipes and wipe yourself during the day or wear panty liners and change it 4 times a day.
What's the consistency of it, though?
That's basically what I have to do is just wear the panty liner.
Wow.
Yeah, because one day you may be as dry as the Sahara Desert, and
I'm
you're not
never
going to
dry,
like
so.
that. You're not going to like it when you do become dry. So enjoy your wetness.
Enjoy that stickiness. All right.
And by the way, Wendy, I love your show. I listen to you every day.
Thank you very much.
This is my very first time getting through to you.
Well, thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Doctor, we're getting all kinds of questions, but nobody's asking about the third input. So I'll ask for everyone else. Doctor, here comes the third input question, hot off the fax machine. Great, just in time. Dear Dr. Hilda, I need help. My husband and I have been married for 3 years, and I've been unable to make him orgasm by way of professional. That's... I've tried at least 3 times a week for the last 3 years, and still I've been unable. I've watched videos to try and get different techniques, but nothing happens. I have had 3 relationships before getting married, and I feel I've never had a problem there. Although this does not bother my husband, it's really making me feel inadequate. He says that he has only once orgasmed from a professional, but that I'm the best that he's ever had. When I do give him a professional, he feels and even thinks he's had an orgasm when in fact nothing's come out. What can I do to make something happen? And this is the PS. What do you think about the third input? I've been debating it, but I tried it twice and it really hurts, even caused bleeding. All right, so we'll deal with one thing at a time.
Yeah, two really great questions.
Okay.
Because we as women always put pressure on ourselves, and we think that it's our technique.
Right.
When men don't ejaculate through oral sex. But the truth of the matter is about half the men say that they can't. That is, I don't know whether it's psychological for some men that they just can't do that because they're concerned about how you're going to accept the taste.
Please. Okay. Are you kidding me? They splash off in our hair after it's freshly done. They splash off in our eyes, on our blouses at lunchtime. Since when do they care about splashing off in our mouths?
Yeah, and some of them like for you to swallow it.
It gets so technical.
Yeah, Exactly.
Dr.
Some
Hilda,
men do worry about that.
Hold that thought. Goose is saying that we have to finish the commercials. Everybody, we're going to answer both questions in their entirety and continue with your faxes and phone calls. Keep it here. It's Wendy until 7 on WBLS. Okay, everybody, we're moving through Advice Hour. Dr. Hilda Hutcherson is still in the studio, and it's time for the People Poll question. Yesterday's question was, have you ever tossed salad? And it was only for the ladies. That's, when you put your tongue back there. And 42% of you all said yes, ladies. 58% of you said no. Today's question, based on Dr. Hilda's visit, are you happy with your sex life? Go to my website, thewendywilliamsexperience.com. Get to the People Poll question, answer yes or no, and I'll tell you the results tomorrow at the same time. In the meantime, Dr. Hilda, we were talking about this woman who is unsuccessful giving her husband professional. He doesn't, have his happy ending with her doing that. Also, she had a question about the third input. Just debating whether she should pursue it. She's done it twice in her life, and it hurt, and she bled. So let's talk about women and giving professionals and happy endings first.
I think what's important is that he said that he's happy, that he enjoys it. It doesn't matter to him that he doesn't ejaculate with the oral sex. She's the one who's having the problem because she thinks she's not doing a great job.
Okay, right.
And she needs to realize that not all men can come through a professional.
Right.
Some men just can't for whatever reason,
right.
Whether it's just that there's not enough stimulation for them or it's psychological or whatever. Some men just can't.
Right.
So stop bothering him about it and just let him get all the pleasure that he can from the experience and move on.
Okay. And now the third input. She's done it twice. It hurt and she bled.
Well, she did it wrong. There's a technique to doing it.
Turn the music off, Goose.
Oh, yeah. There's a definite technique. In my book, I have all the steps that you have to take.
Well, Dr. Hilda, what are the cliff notes to...
Yeah, because there's about 12 pages.
To the third input.
The most important thing is to be relaxed and lubrication.
And
so
drunk.
Relaxation.
And in the shower for lots of moisture.
You don't have to be drunk, but you've got to be relaxed. I mean, a woman has to want to do this, to have this experience.
Yes.
And the second thing is you have to use lots of lubricant.
Yes.
Because it doesn't lubricate like the vagina.
Right.
And so if you do it when it's dry and you don't really want it, you're going to tense up.
Yes.
It's going to be dry. You're going to tear. You're going to bleed. It's going to be uncomfortable. So you don't want to have pain, and you shouldn't have pain when you have,
Maybe you should have an enema, though, prior.
No, you don't need to.
You don't need to clean out?
No, it's empty down there. It's empty down there. Until right before you're about to release it, when you get that urge that you got to go, then it comes down.
Okay.
But otherwise, that lower part is empty.
Oh.
And there are lots of women who really enjoy this because it's an easy way to get to the G-spot.
Yes.
Through the backside.
Yes.
But it has to be done in the right way or it's painful.
Okay. All right, so practice makes perfect. Dear Wendy, dear Dr. Hilda, my name is Sarah. I'm 40 years old. My husband's 49. Now, we've been married for a year. We have a great sex life when we have it. When we first had sex, he went 11 rounds. 11 rounds? He's not on the blue pill. Then it trickled down to 3 rounds. He's uncomfortable with oral sex because he thinks I'm too moist. I always give him professionals. What can I do? He has a very strenuous job, and I'm trying to keep this marriage together because we're both hardworking people. First of all, why is she complaining about 3 rounds?
3 rounds?
I find 11 rounds very, very wow.
Oh, absolutely.
I think she's complaining because she's comparing it with 11 rounds.
Yeah, and that's very, very unusual. 3 rounds is extremely unusual.
He's 49 and she's 40.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, most men can only go once, and at 49, you're lucky if it's once a week. So
she's trying to keep her marriage together. It sounds to me like you're trying a little. You're putting a lot of concentration.
But you know, the other thing that I noticed in her letters that he's saying that she's too moist, so he doesn't want to give it. But
right.
she's giving it. but he's not giving it to her.
Yeah.
That's crap.
Yeah.
It's never too moist.
Right.
A lot of the moisture is in his saliva.
Right.
Please.
Yes.
That's an excuse. Now, she's put her foot down about that.
Yeah.
I would put my foot down and say, you want to get it? You want me to give it to you? I'm not doing it anymore until you give it to me.
There you go. Line number 6, Christina is 40, and she has a hard time with kissing. Hi, Christina.
Hi.
Yeah, you know what? Around our age, some of the men have rotten teeth.
And bad breath.
And women, too. the teeth are the window to the coochie. Because how you take care of this is how you take care of that.
That's right.
But
I agree with you, Wendy.
You know, he's clean. There's nothing wrong with him. I've been married to him for about 8 years.
Okay, yeah.
And we kissed all the time in the beginning, but I'm just not turned on to kiss. I have no desire to engage, and I guess it's the correct word.
Yeah. Well, kissing is the first thing that disappears in a physical relationship between a man and a woman. The kissing is the first thing that drops off. And if you haven't been kissing for a while, it's difficult to get back into it. And you have to slowly get back into it. You know, first the dry kiss, the little peck.
I don't think that should drop off, though. I think that is a huge connection.
Oh, but it does.
It is
in most relationships.
He feels disconnected when I don't. You know, he's like, why don't you kiss me?
Kissing makes me feel like a 15-year-old kid sneaking around my parents. Only now we're being quiet for a 5-year-old.
Well, it's even more intimate than intercourse.
Than anything.
Yeah, it's a very intimate experience for a man and a woman. So she needs to get back into the kissing, but it has to be kind of slowly progressing into it. But it is an important way to show intimacy in a relationship.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Doctor. And Wendy, you're a friend in my head. I just wanted you to know that.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Doctor.
Dear Dr. Hilda, is it abnormal to feel the urge to release urine when I'm achieving orgasm?
Oh, this is a great question, because probably what she's having is female ejaculation.
Oh.
And there's some women who release fluid in their orgasm. And I think probably most of us do release some.
In
it's
spurts.
just that we have small amounts.
Yes.
But there's some women who can spurt out a cup, 2 cups, one woman a pint.
Well,
so there's lots of fluid that can come out, and you do get an urge like you're about to urinate.
Yes.
But just go with it.
Yes.
Just let it flow.
Yes.
Don't hold
natural.
back on it.
Dear Dr. Hilda, is it possible that fibroids can temporarily stop a period from appearing every month?
No, fibroids don't stop periods from appearing. So she needs to see her doctor to find out why her periods have stopped.
Okay, one more question. Doctor, I have a question. Is there something wrong with you if you don't have an orgasm from self-pleasure or sex toys? The only way I can achieve orgasm is through a partner. Cece.
No, there's nothing wrong. I mean, some women just can't release it when they're doing it by themselves. They feel more comfortable when they're with a partner, and that's fine.
Dr. Hilda Hutcherson, everybody. She is fabulous. Pick up her new book. I'm telling you, it's called Pleasure, A Woman's Guide to Getting the Sex You Want, Need, and Deserve. Also, do you have a website?
No, it's under construction.
Oh, okay. Well,
next time.
We'll see you next time when you come. Everybody keep it here. The Hour of Truth is coming up next.
The Wendy Williams Experience. Yo, did you catch this flashback?
One day I was in Poochie and I had a package with me. This is back when I was offending. And like sometimes, like if you participate and it's really like the good, straight off the, you know, just scraped right off the brick. You know what I'm saying? If it's like really good, it's almost like gasoline, you know, going up, and you feel sick. So I'm in Poochie, and I'd gone into the dressing room to try stuff on, but not really try stuff on, because dressing rooms used to be my notorious, you know, dip in and dip out spot shopping. And I got sick. I couldn't even think to say, where's the bathroom? And so I was sitting in a chair, and I just, like this, and then look, this was years ago. Please don't hold it against me. I didn't know what I was doing. I was getting hot. And the radiator to heat the store was behind. and it was all in the radiator. And I tried my best to get myself together, and I could see the fumes starting to come up. And the vomit started to cook on the radiator at the Poochie, and I just had to get out of there as quick as possible.
You got him. This it right here. Miss a day, miss a whole lot. Coming through your speakers, boy. It's Wendy, man.
107.5 WBLS, New York.
This is RuPaul. How you doing? Work. Turn to the left. Work. Turn to the right. Work. Turn to the left. How you doing? Work. Turn to the left. Work. Turn to the right. Work. Turn to the left. Sashay. Shantae. Work. Ooh, Wendy girl. You better work.
Yo, did you catch this flashback?
A shocking story surfacing within the school district has many parents on edge. Police said 2 6-year-old boys were performing sex acts on each other on campus. There was... Oh, come on. Come on.
How you doing?
I'm gay. I'm a homo. I like guys.
I'm embarrassed. Why am I laughing at this crap? Come on.
This it right here. Miss a day, miss a whole lot. Coming through your speakers, boy. It's Wendy, man.
Yeah. Dr. Hilda was good, wasn't she? Yeah. Shout out to Daniela repping Queens. She says, Wendy, I understand. She's reverting back to the first hour of the show. She says, I understand that you have a show and you're trying to keep it grown and sexy. Well, not exactly grown and sexy, but anyway, she says, I too am tired of acknowledging the beefs out there. I'm a woman of a certain age and I can certainly understand where you're coming from. But, she says, I feel that you should be paying more attention to the streets, i.e. Benzino and The Source, Cameron and Jay-Z, Jay-Z and Nas, Carmen's new book, and Remy Martin and Fat Joe. These are all important entertainment issues. If you don't pay attention to them, you're keeping it too old school for me. Let me tell you something. Pay attention to the streets. How about I am part of the streets? How about I'm dragging my knuckles in the very same dirty hot spots that a lot of people who sit on the radio only talk about being a part of, and I'm actually in it. How about I understand to the very core that without the streets, I'd be nothing. So when you say pay attention to the streets, part of the reason why I lightly touch as opposed to all the way in deep touch is because I can become the next statistic out in those streets. Because after I get off, unbeknownst to you, I don't, no, I'm not mad at her. I'm not mad at you. But Daniela, you want to know something? I'm in these streets on a regular basis, and I'm not talking about over at the Bloomingdales. I mean, you know. The girl Carmen, we're going to have her up here. The Jay-Z and Nas thing, first of all, that's over. I thought that was a bit contrived to begin with, and I've already said I think it's pretty hurting that Nas has to go to Jay-Z for money after Jay-Z dug up in Nas' baby's mother. We've talked about it, and now we're moving on. Cameron and Jay-Z, that seems very contrived also. And I agree with the caller who called earlier who said, well, he said he knew for a fact. I don't know for a fact, but, you know, very contrived. Any moment now, we're going to read that beef has been squashed. Benzino and The Source. Listen, I like The Source magazine and I like Benzino. Dave Mays and Benzino were very good to me during the time that they had that Source magazine. We all come here by way of Boston. I was in college there. Benzino was dragging knuckles in the street with the almighty RSO crew. And Dave was a college student. We have a certain relationship as far as The Source and being out of their hand. Well, listen, you know, there's nothing that you can really say. When not paying your bills becomes an issue, what the hell else am I supposed to say? Were you all paying your bills? I don't know. Yeah, Wendy, we were paying our bills. Then why are they taking the magazine? Well, we were paying our bills. You know, When you got disgruntled employees and stuff like that. I don't know what the hell was going on up there. We've done it, Danielle, already. We've done it. And Remy Martin and Fat Joe, Remy was on the show, talked about that. You know what I'm saying? As far as I'm concerned, Remy picked the wrong time to make Fat Joe upset because he was her link to her album Doing Well, which it's not doing well. Remy, I love you, but you know what? When you ruffle a man's feathers, particularly a man in this highly testosterone rap game, you know what I mean? And then you tend to do it in front of others, and then he goes to the wall for you. You know, at the record label, Remy needs more money for a budget for this or that. Oh, no, Joe, she don't need that. She ain't going to do much anyway. F you. I said my girl needs more money and she needs more money. Only for Remy to turn around and, you know, hurt Fat Joe, whatever she did, you know, to hurt him. And now Fat Joe's going back to the record company saying, okay, we're killing support of this Remy Martin situation. You know what I'm saying? So, Danielle, I don't know where you've been, but I touch the streets and I leave the streets. I'm in the streets and I'm out of the streets. I realize I have to do and be and, you know, touch on a little bit of everything. So thank you, Danielle, for faxing. And I know, Taryn, where is the Camé song? Me and Danielle, we want to hear it. Where is Ghostface Camé song? Taryn, my flagship radio station said no to rap about 15 years ago, and they threw all the rap music. I think they burned it in a big pile or something like that. And Reverend Al Sharpton was part of the protest. Goose, you remember that, right? Remember when BLS said, oh, hell no more? They dumped like so much good crap from their library. And I know Camé was not a part of that dumpation, but I just say all that to say, ever since then, like the record companies, you know, they're reluctant to even send rap music this way. So a lot of the crap, a lot of the stuff that, you know, that is played, I am literally, you know, going out, picking it up, or taking it out of my car, bringing it in, and like that. And that's not to the fault of what was going on with rap at that particular time. I can't even think. What the hell? Why did we burn? I wasn't here at the time. Why'd they burn all that music?
They were talking about the issue with women, how they treated women.
Oh, the misogynistic. So then, WBLS, my flagship station, is that when they started calling themselves The Vibe? And then Frankie Crocker was still alive and he was here, and then everybody just wanted to be so grown and, you know, look at rap like they didn't know at that time, you know, I'm the same age as the jocks, you know, who were, you know, and I can't get enough. I can't get enough of beats, rap, and gossip and greasy, grimy, head knocking. You know, and a lot of my sisters and brothers of the same age group too, or the same way. So I say all that to say, Taryn, I need Camé. I don't care how we get it. I don't care how we get it. I need it. I go hard for the show, and then I turn my receipts in at the end of the month. Spike Lee. Okay, so 50 Cent is speaking out against Spike Lee because, you know, Spike has spoken out against rappers and specifically also against 50. And so Spike was in Bangkok and he did an interview and he made some derogatory comments regarding rappers' violent image, 50 Cent's violent image. That's in this month's issue of Complex Magazine. So 50 said he gets lumped in with any violence that happens in hip-hop. And here's his quote. For instance, I think Spike Lee's new motivation for talking about me had something to do with the incident with Busta Rhymes' bodyguard. Then 50 went on to challenge Spike Lee as a director or his production skills, asking, who is Spike Lee? I actually dislike the part in his movies where the characters stand still and the cameras pan back. It looks like the character moves. I think that's the corniest thing on the planet. So they're going back and forth. Spike, care to come on the show and talk about that? There's, you know, the legendary football great Jim Brown has been sued by his longtime assistant for wrongful termination, retaliation, and breach of contract, claiming that he was fired after he refused to place a wiretap on the telephone of Jim Brown's estranged wife. Well, of course he should be fired for that. And that's not wrongful termination. I asked you to do something and you didn't do it. Turn around and try to sue me. Like, why is he suing Jim Brown? Tap her phone. Wow. Who do you work for? His name is Dwayne Moody.
It's too moody.
Yeah. And he acted as Jim Brown's personal assistant, producer, event coordinator, advisor, and fundraiser for the Browns American Foundation. And he's been with Jim for 7 years. And he says that Jim Brown and American owes him hundreds of thousands of dollars in salary and commission under the contract he signed with Jim Brown 7 years ago. He also alleges that Jim Brown fired him in part because he attended the Johnny Cochran funeral with O.J. Simpson. Jim Brown's former employee, this dude, is seeking an unspecified amount from Jim. Hey, I got news for you. If I had an assistant and my assistant was hanging out with Robin Quivers, you know what I'm saying? I would say, you got to go. What the hell are you doing? Robin is a perfectly lovely woman. You know, or if my sister was hanging out with White Trash. Hey, White Trash. My sister in the name of Cancer Hood. You know, I'd be like, White Trash is perfectly lovely, but, you know, you're my assistant. Now, you got to go. I don't find any wrongful termination. I find nothing wrong with firing a person because they won't tap a phone and because they're hanging out with people that are too close in your industry. Jim Brown and OJ, aren't they from the same era? Apparently, Jim Brown didn't want it. He should have laid down the laws in the very beginning. Plus, you know.
7 years, you know.
Exactly. Trying to moonlight as OJ's assistant. I see what's going on. Bobby Brown. He's baffled by the claims that he propositioned Tamala Jones because she was dating his brother at the time. This is what Bobby says. It's really weird. Here's Bobby's quote. He says, all right, first let me just say, I thought that this happened very recently. This was just in the newspaper like last week regarding Tamala Jones, Bobby Brown. They're apparently at the same place. And Bobby, who's very married to Whitney, Tamala says he propositioned her and she wasn't having any part of it. So here's his quote. I never propositioned her. Me and her, we did a movie together. In fact, the first time I heard about Tamala Jones, heard about this Tamala Jones thing was 2 days ago. I don't know what she's talking. Excuse me. I don't know what she's talking about. Good luck with anything that she's attempting to do. But I never hit on her. Actually, she was dating my brother. That's the end of the quote. Oh gosh. That's from the Dons and Divas. I go between, does that sound like a bunch of messy garbage? I mean, is this overmodulated? Yeah. But oh shoot, wave your hands. Call some turn, listen for the telephone. I'm all good up. Oh. And the dancing girls were on stage making it work. And I was on the stage, uncoordinated, bouncing around. Tyrese, wow. Trey Songz, he was waiting for his turn. Listen to this. Watch the girls sing. Here we go. And oh man, that was a live night. Thousands of people. New York City, December 2005, the 6th Dons and Divas Extravaganza. You all keep it here for the 7th one. No, it's not happening anytime right now. I'm just saying that, boy, my heart is racing. Just thinking about all the energy. Oh my gosh. I'm exhausted. Let's go to the telephone. I see the phone lines are blinking. No, we got it already, Star. I see you in there. I tell her she did a good job during Advice Hour, and she's sitting back there goofing off now. Hello. Hi, it's Wendy. You're on the radio. Hello? Hi, it's Wendy. You're on the radio.
Hi, I have a comment about male flaccidness that was the doctor spoke to.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead. It's Wendy.
Hi.
Okay, bye.
Hi.
Yes, no, it's Wendy. Go ahead with your comment.
A lot of times men that have erection problems is not because they're cheating or over masturbation. Sometimes it's medical issues, sometimes it's stress, and I'm surprised that the doctor didn't even allude to those issues that surround that particular problem.
Well, maybe she'll cover that the next time she's here. Thank you for calling. Hello? Okay, bye. All right, you all. Keep it where you got it. We continue to gossip and chat and advice, and it is what it is. Thanks.
Wendy, man.
My oldest brother, he told me he had a very good surprise. The surprise was that he turned himself into a woman.
The Wendy Williams Experience.
I found a new way to get ready for Puerto Rico. I'm going to work this right into my Bally's workout, which, by the way, I'm loving. Only problem is that I'm really stalled on my weight loss with LA Weight Loss. But it's like all good. Like, I hate the scale. I hate it. The scale is saying that I've only lost 6 pounds on LA Weight Loss, and I've been on the weight loss program now for about 5 weeks. And I lost my first 4 pounds in the first week. So, in other words, I've only lost 2 pounds. And I'm not getting upset because I also realized the reason that I was losing my weight before and not really being stuck on stupid, and I never gained that weight back, by the way, is because I wasn't working out. So I was losing the weight. Now I work out twice a week. Last week I worked out 3 times a week. I go to Bally's and I'm incorporating LA Weight Loss as well as a workout, and I'm stalled. But I'm not mad because I really like the way I look. Tomorrow when I go to Bally's, though, thanks to Dr. Hilda, I'm adding a new weight to my workout. I am going to insert this 5-pound weight. She gave me 5 weights. They start from 1 pound, then it goes 2 pounds, 3 pounds, 4 pounds, 5 pounds. I'm just going right for the 5-pound weight. I think I can handle it because I do my Kegels and I know, what it is. I'm going to insert this 5-pound weight, and I'm going to go to Bally's tomorrow morning, and I'm going to keep this weight in. I see on the directions on the weights, it says, use it while climbing the stairs and so on and so forth. I'm going to jump on the Stairmaster with the weight in and my legs working. I'm getting ready for Puerto Rico in more ways than one. All right. Girls, let's talk about weights. I've got the toll-free telephone number that you can call and order these weights. I'm going to tell you something. I don't go into sex shops and all that other kind of stuff like that. Virtually everything that I have, first of all, doesn't get used, but this right here, I'm the captain of the Kegels. Queen Laquifa. I will use these. Insert, go work out.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Oh. Virtually everything that I have has always been given to me by whichever, nasty, sexy talking guests we have, and they always come up with something, a big member, like they always have something. Anyway, this, Dr. Hilda, you're right. Thank you, Dr. Hilda. Girls, let's talk about where you can get them. I don't go to the sex shop, so maybe you can buy it at the sex shop. But if you're like me and that's just not on your beaten path and that's not normally where you go chi-chi, you obviously go to sex shops. But to me, I'd just rather call the toll-free number and have it delivered to my house. And guess what? The factory is in Lakewood, New Jersey. That's the 732 area of New Jersey. Wow. You can order today and be lifting weights by Saturday.
Wow.
800, I'm giving it. 800, ladies. 1-800-730-4545. I'm going to tell you exactly what it's called. Femtone. 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 All right. So the next time you meet a man and he asks you if you lift weights, you say yes, because you wouldn't be lying. 800-730-4545. I think that this is terrific. Whenever I find something really good, I love sharing with the girls. And all along, when the doctor said, oh, you're going to love that, you're going to love that, I'm thinking about my girlfriend Lisa, and I'm saying, maybe I'll, give it to Lisa, because I never needed, all that plastic battery operating. I've always been good. I'm good. But these, I'll be better. Starting tomorrow at 9:30. By March 30th, I am more than ready for Puerto Rico. 888 for Puerto Rico. Come on, reserve your trip. 888-212-4534. We're going to have a great time. 888-212-4534. And I have to talk to you about LA weight loss. I think I just did. I love the LA weight loss program. I just finished having my lunch. I had a few slices of fresh turkey because I need my protein over a bed of raw spinach because I love the idea of raw spinach versus lettuce. I had a Smart Ones brownie for dessert. Hello. And mind you, this morning for breakfast, I had a hard-boiled egg, a cup of yogurt with some berries in it, my usual cup of coffee. Like, I am never hungry like that. Mentally speaking, sometimes I'm hungry for certain things, and there's a way around all that stuff. I will tell you this. There is no perfect weight loss program because it's all up to you and how you work it. But as far as LA weight loss, it's as perfect as it gets. It's for people like me and you who love to eat. They have you eating 5 small meals a day. Tonight, I'm going home. I'm having a little pork chop cutlet for pork has a different face right now. It's not all, swiney and like that. Pork, nice pork chop cutlet, baked, a little rice. Or maybe I'll have a baked potato with that. I'm not sure. Some asparagus. What do you think? Does it sound like I'm suffering? No, it's LA weight loss. 1-800-448-TRIM. 1-800-448-TRIM. And I'm following the program. And yeah, I'm looking to lose 10 pounds before Puerto Rico. And yeah, it has been 5 weeks and all I've lost is 6 pounds. And I am getting a little bit frustrated because I know that this gym thing is messing me up. But you know what? I've packed my scale away at home. I'm not doing it to myself anymore. I'm not calling Diane, my weight loss counselor, anymore because I feel as though I'm bugging her about something that I really don't need to bug her about. The rolls in my in my back, have gone down nicely. There's a particular part of my thighs that would rub together that I notice that's not doing it either. So I'm trying to figure out, well, maybe my scale is broken or whatever. I'm not going to go, mad about it because then my eczema will flare up and then I'll have a whole nother problem. But I will say this, LA weight loss, it works. And you stick with it and you lose your weight and you feel great. And if you incorporate the gym, then you're toning and you're feeding your insides great stuff. And they walk you through the entire weight loss program. You're never at a quandary as to what you're going to eat. It's all laid out for you. And it's real food for real people. It's not some prepackaged crap that has to come to your house. You add water and then it blows up and it becomes a turkey. That's not what that is. Call, find out about LA weight loss. I am telling you. I've been on a diet since I was in first grade. That was many, many years ago. I've run the gamut of weight loss programs, from the crazy and insane ones to the ones that you see on TV right now where you take the pill or this or that. LA weight loss is the best. 1-800-448-TRIM. It's 1-800-448-TRIM. By the way, they're also affordable and they're also over 600 locations. So I know that there's one in your area. Convenient for you. That's it. Okay, so we're going to continue with the show. And we'll be back. It's 107.5 WBLS.
Williams rocking your station, dropping hits across the whole nation. Wendy Williams rocking your afternoon.
Yay, everybody! Before we continue the gossip, I want to actually there's a guy coming in the room right now, Antoine Jones, or is it Anton? Anton Jones. Hi, Anton. As handsome as ever. Have a seat. Anton Jones is from Philadelphia, everybody, and he is the author of one of my favorite ghetto tales of all time, The Family, a Philadelphia mob story. Put your headphones on. Okay. Oh, just like one of the just wildest, I just love the tales that you weave.
Thank you.
They're very sexy, very gangsta. No, this is not part of the Wendy Williams Experience book club, but because I'll announce the new book read tomorrow. But Anton, travels from Philadelphia, and it's snowing in the Northeast. It's doing crazy things. So you're here in all your velvet. Where are you going, Church?
Come to see you.
Oh, ow.
I listen to the show. I know you check them out.
Yes. Well, okay. So, and you're a self-published author.
Self-published, right.
Are you still self-published?
Yep. Clear Vision Entertainment Publishing Company.
There you go. There you go. Now, for people, you all, on a scale of 1 to 10, as far as I'm concerned, his first book, which was released in, about 3 years ago?
It was August of 99. It was a while ago.
Crap.
But it just stayed around for a long time.
Yeah, it did. Time. I think I read it maybe 3 or 4 years ago.
When you were in Philly.
And I loved it. Okay, so I've been back in New York for 4 years, so then I read it 5 years ago.
About 5 years ago.
And I loved it. So for a self-published author such as yourself, Anton, where do they get The Family, the first book, The Family, A Philadelphia Mob Story?
Well, they got them in all bookstores. First one is still being sold in all bookstores. Or else you can go on my website at www.thefamilythebook.com.
Okay.
And all the books are there. The first one, the second one, and also I did a translation in Spanish of the first one.
Oh.
For the Latino market.
Mommy and Papi, it's worth it's worth the pickup. Anton habla español.
Sí.
Now, what book are you promoting today? Are you still you're resurrecting the mob, the family?
Well, actually, I'm promoting this new book. It's The Life After Death, Part 2. It's the sequel to the first book. So
this one?
Yeah, Part 2.
The
Life
mob
After
story?
Death. Life After Death is the second one, the sequel.
So you've only written 2 books?
2 books.
I read the first one, and then the second one is out.
It just came out maybe like a month ago.
I love that.
Yeah.
What took you so long? Why so many years in between?
Everybody asked that, but what happened was when the first book came out, I had limited distribution.
Okay.
And what happened was it kept selling and spreading, so I didn't want to release the second one before everybody in the U.S. and abroad got a chance to read it.
Gotcha.
So that kind of like put me back a little bit.
Yeah.
But it worked out pretty good.
How's that self-publishing game work?
Self-publishing game, it's a lot of work. You put a lot of work into it, but the rewards are good because you get a chance to design your own book cover, decide the price, the content, and everything like that. There's a lot of work, like with anything, like running your own company, but the rewards are real good.
Where did you learn how to self-publish? Because I'm going to get all these questions when you leave, and I'm not self-published. I share a chunky grip with my writer, Karen Hunter, and what I say about that, it's worth it to get a writing partner because the rewards of having your time for yourself as opposed to constantly thinking about writing some are great. Karen and we collaborate. In 4 weeks, we knock out a book, and Karen is not back and forth on the phone with me. For me, because I have this whole radio stuff, it behooves me to have a writer and like a published Random House.
Yeah, but I knock off a book. It takes me like 3 months to do it. But the challenge is just like the distribution, all the other things that come along. It's fun. And I actually learned the publishing industry from Dan Pointner. There's a guy. It's called The Guide to Self-Publishing by Dan Pointner. The Guide to Self-Publishing by Dan Pointner. Excellent book. It gives you everything from A to Z.
Point, like I'm pointing at you?
Dan Pointner. Poynter.
Yeah, well, go pick up that book because that's probably the best thing that I've heard in terms of self-publishing, as opposed to having an author go through this step by step and people trying to write it down. Pick up The Guide to Self-Publishing by Dan Pointner.
Right. But also from what I'm doing also from a company, I'm publishing 5 to 7 new authors. So if you're interested in getting published and getting international distribution, I'm doing that also.
How do they get in contact with
you?
All
that information is thefamilythebook.com. All that information on. And we're not just doing gangster books. Actually, I'm leaning towards a little away from that. I'm getting into fiction, nonfiction, and even children's stories. Because right now you see the market is saturated with like the urban stories. So
and I love them.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah.
But the difference, like with the part 2, was separated a little different from a lot of other books that's out right now, is that first of all, I took the profanity out.
Oh.
So there's a lot of young children, like young adults and teenagers reading.
Yes.
So I want to be like social conscious in that respect.
Oh.
But it still has a street edge to it.
Did you have a baby between the first book and the second book?
Nah, no babies. Okay. No babies since then.
Turn your life over to Christ between the first and the second book?
I've always been with Christ.
Okay, good.
And God.
Okay.
Always been.
Okay. You just wanted to be socially conscious.
Just real, because you know what it is? I have a daughter. I have 2 daughters and a son. And my youngest daughter, especially my youngest daughter, always wanted to read my first book. And I said, Mommy, you can't read that yet.
Yeah.
So I said I wrote that and took the profanity out. It's still edgy, still entertainment, but still have a street edge, but it's not as hardcore as the first one. But it's real good.
Yeah.
And a lot of women are reading it too.
Yeah.
A lot of women.
We love those books.
Because I touch bases a lot on with different other issues like HIV, domestic and verbal abuse. Different things like that in there also. So this one's a little bit more the complete package.
So what's the second book called again?
The Family Part 2, Life After Death.
Life After Death. You know, I don't want to stall the sales of your second book, but I have to say, you all, if you're going to read that second book, The Family Part 2, Life After Death, you've got to find out where the family comes from by reading The Family, a Philadelphia mob story. Man, listen, Anton, you know how to put it down.
Thanks. Well, you know what, though? It's funny because last year, the first one kind of slowed down after all those years.
Yeah.
But now since Part 2 came out, it's picking up a whole lot. A whole lot. Yeah. So that's a good thing.
So give your website. First of all, it's the Guide to Self-Publishing by Dan Pointner.
Right.
For those of you who want to self-publish. Also, if you're interested in maybe being a part of Anton Jones's book company,
Clear Vision Publishing, right?
You get in touch with him by going to
www.thefamilythebook.com.
Now you're going to get all these manuscripts. Who's helping you read through them?
Well, I have a team of readers.
Okay.
I put together a whole entourage, really good crew, and
nice.
You know, we're working it out.
Yeah.
So that's working out pretty good. I got a lot of people working with me now.
Very nice. Now, are you doing a book signing anywhere this evening or something?
Not this evening. Actually, I was going to do something here in New York, but since the weather's
not good.
So I actually start a book tour in April the 8th in Baltimore.
Nice.
So all the dates and everything is going to be on the website.
And the website is, again?
www.thefamilythebook.com.
There you go, thefamilythebook.com. Find out all there is to find out about this man and his literary work. His name is Anton Jones.
Anton Jones.
And he's friend to the show. Thank you so much for
Thanks
coming
for having
through.
Me. One last note.
Go ahead.
Also, I'm doing a clothing line coming out. Clothing line and apparel and merchandise. So you can look for that online. I'm working with a fabulous guy by the name of Bill Witherspoon.
Okay.
Guy Keith from Over Fubu is helping me out with it. So it's going to be a lot more things that we're doing other than just books. And we're also moving into the movies also.
The Family...
Thebook.com
for all the information. Thank you, sir.
Thanks a lot.
I drove yesterday to get your book. That book is fire! Yes, honey, you did it again, honey. You did it again.
The Wendy Williams Experience.
Girl, better leave me alone before I buy your radio station and send you home.
Wendy Williams Experience.
Oh, Rainey, you are right. New York from Flavor of Love does look like from the same tribe as Dawn from En Vogue. What? So what are we saying? Dawn from En Vogue looks like a man too? Well, there's a whole group of us that I guess, and you're right. Thank you, Rainey. It's the Wendy Williams Experience. Everybody now on podcast, video podcast. 2 episodes up. As soon as my partner gets back from luxuriating in the islands, we'll put 2 more episodes up. I'll take some phone calls, sure. Star, thanks. I don't know how you get to the podcast. Taryn, how do you get to the podcast?
I'm still trying to figure out myself. Download iTunes.
And
then you click on the link.
And
then it's downloaded to your computer.
There's Goose, king of the carnival. He just came back. He said the weather was beautiful, and he was there. Okay, and about Anton Jones, before you all ladies jump up on the phone talking about he beats his women. Little do you all know, behind the scenes, he told me he used to have a problem being abusive, verbally and otherwise, hands-on. He also told me that he believes in therapy, where he discovered that is a trait that a lot of times guys pick up from watching it in their family, and women learn to accept from watching women accept it in their families. So he's enlightened. He understands, with anybody who's had a problem, whether it's coke, booze, or beat downs, there is the possibility of slipping back, but he said he's not going to do it. And he'll see us in Puerto Rico. Well, I said he got therapy, and he's single. What?
Just don't get him angry.
Yeah, I gotta tell you something. I don't want to know that you. But then again, is coke the same thing? Like, if you meet me and you know I used to have a problem, why is that difference? Because I make my own money from my own habit? Yeah, I gotta say, I couldn't be with him. I couldn't be with the beatdown king. Not even after therapy.
Can you sleep?
I couldn't even be with the coke queen or king. If you just have a marginal job where your habit could possibly be dipping into our funds if you slip and trip. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, even my husband, not for nothing. I think when we got together and, he, what allowed him to continue to fall for me and stuff, because we fell for each other pretty hard, was that even if he might have observed something and he never rolled up on me about it, he understood that she's getting it, like her, ends, so she won't be, and before I even let it get that far, I plan on swooping down, but I never gave him that opportunity because I kind of non-verbally saw where we were going and I liked the direction, and so I cleaned up. Yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying? But I couldn't be with no beatdown king. But he's cute, and he's going to be in Puerto Rico. That's it. So my girlfriend, okay, so I'm on. Oh, by the way, shout out to the ladies of New York Tech, and if you're going to be around John Jay, not John Jay College, New York Tech, next Thursday, which is March 9th, just so happens I'm participating in a seminar involving women who are part of domestic violence. Yeah, because that is not cool. And I'm going to be there. I'm the only lay person there. Everybody else I'm going to be there with is a professional. They'll have people there from Safe Horizon and all the, various outlets for you to go and get your help, like, immediately. You don't have to take it. And that's basically what I'm going to say when I get up there. Like, you don't have to take it. You know what I'm saying? Anyway. But Anton let me know, and then it turns out that the reason that he let me know is because he figured you all were going to call up and swoop down. You all women from his past trying to put a pin in his book success. So I'm on my way home from the comedy club last night. My girlfriend calls me and she tells me, Wendy, you know what? I sat around rocking and wringing my hands waiting for Tyra Banks to work the pole, and she never worked the pole. How effing disappointed. And she was so upset. I was like, wow, she didn't work the pole. Anyway, more important than that. So last night I'm at the Jokes. Nobody's watching Barbara Walters. Apparently you all didn't either with Mariah Carey because I haven't gotten any phone calls. But my Taryn, who's my producer extraordinaire, she used to be queen of the interns, but she was such a great intern. And it happens very rarely like this, where, the intern ends up, being right up there holding an office in the administration. Yes. So that's Taryn. So what does she do? She grabs the microphone, the portable, and she goes and she bum rushes the taping of Rip the Runway. So let me hear your work there, Taryn. First, let's start with the 3-6 Mafia. What'd you get?
Wendy, I'm here with the 3-6 Mafia. Say what's up.
Oh, man, just chilling, man, going down. You know what I'm saying? Drunk out here.
The Wendy Williams Experience. Wendy is syndicated in Memphis, Tennessee, so all your fans can hear you right now. Say what up to your people.
Town, what's going down, man? Yeah, we out here representing, man. You know how we do it. Black Haven, North, South, Memphis, Westwood, yeah.
All right. So where's the after party at tonight?
Oh, I got to get on this airplane head to L.A. We got rehearsals.
You gonna be jumping off anybody tonight, getting some?
No. Too much money to be made. I ain't got time for that.
Thank you so much.
All right.
That's not bad. This is your first time out on the red carpet with the thing. Yeah. I didn't have a chance to ply you with any questions. You did pretty good. 3-6 Mafia Memphis will be at you next Saturday. We still have to ascertain exactly what clubs we're going to be so we can let them know. All right, let's hear what Julissa. Julissa and I get our hair from, there are two places I love to get my hair. One of the places is uptown at Ounce by Ounce. Another place is in Midtown. It's a little closer to the radio station, Lugo's. Julissa gets her hair at Lugo's, too. She's a friend to the show. One day she was picking up her hair and she left a note with the owners for them to pass to me, just saying, hey, I just want to say I listen all the time and I get my hair here too. So press Julissa from BET.
Wendy, I'm here with Julissa, host of, are you the host of 106 & Park?
Girl, for now I am.
Do you ever listen to Wendy Williams?
Yes, she is my girl. While I'm getting hair and makeup ready for the show, I do tune in.
How you
tell
doing?
you something. When Free was on 106 in Park, we were like, Julissa is the free killer. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
How you feel about that? Where is she?
Y'all ain't right, but no comment.
We have a people poll question today on Wendy's show. It's about tossing salad. Have you ever tossed your man's salad?
Oh, no. What? No tossing of the salad. No.
How you doing?
How you doing?
All right.
I like your girl, Wendy.
Oh, wait. Julissa, it's Tigger.
How you doing?
Stop it, y'all.
Bye.
Ooh. She didn't say no, Tigger. What's up with that? Let's see what Mad Links has to say.
Hey, Wendy, it's Taryn. I'm here with Mad Links at BET's Rip the Runway Fashion Show. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm real good right now.
I don't know if you heard today's show, but our people poll question was, do you toss salad? Have you ever tossed anyone's salad before? Tell the truth.
See, he's only thinking gay.
I have 5 words for that. Hell no.
He could have licked a woman's...
Let me repeat. I have
That's too much
5 words
denial,
for that.
Links.
Hell no. Hell no.
Thank you, Mad Links. Can you give me a how you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing?
All right, now, Taryn, who the hell is Zulima?
Zulima is from Project Runway, season 2.
Okay. So people know who that is. I just don't watch that show. Okay, let's hear how Zulima is on the red carpet with Taryn.
All right, what's your name?
Zulima.
No.
And what show are you from?
I am from Project Runway.
Oh. Do you listen to Wendy Williams?
Yes, I do. I have to say, it's one of the guilty pleasures of mine.
Let me ask you a question. You're married to an editor, you said, right?
Yes, I am.
Do you toss her salad?
Honey, I toss mini salads. Honey.
Oh.
All sorts, all kinds, with many elements.
Oh.
How you doing?
That's right. How you doing, honey?
Wow. And let's talk to friend of the show, Anthony Hamilton.
It's Taryn. I'm here at the BET Rip the Runway Fashion Show, and I'm here with Anthony Hamilton. So how you doing, Anthony?
I'm doing fine. You know, I'm getting ready to perform a song, Sister Big Bone, for the full-size models. I'm loving it.
Do you like Takara? She's a full-size model.
Takara is a full-size angel.
What would you do to Takara sexually?
Well, I couldn't do nothing to her because my lady would kill me. But I can tell somebody else what to do.
So you have a lady?
Yes, I have a wife. She's beautiful.
Aw, do you toss her salad?
Huh?
Do you toss her salad?
I take care of her.
Do you toss her salad?
I take care of her. I pray with her. I do all the good stuff. Everything she needs.
Exactly. Do you give her a professional?
Oh, I'm a professional at loving.
No, wait, do you give your wife a professional?
A professional?
Yes.
I'm a professional at whatever I do. So if I'm loving her, it's going to be professional.
Can you give me a how you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing?
Oh, nice work. Nice work, Taryn. It's your first time out there. So that wasn't an actual red carpet. What would they have, the celebrities, you were charging them at the front door or something?
No, I was in a VIP area, and I would just walk up to them with the mic.
Oh. Now I got to give you the mic flag because you were undercover last night. Now, when you get the Wendy Williams experience mic flag, then they're going to see what you represent and you're coming. Exactly. People weren't running from you, though, were they last night?
A lot of people were actually coming to me. They saw the mic flag. It was like, oh, can we talk to you? I'm like, sure. And then I had to, hound some other people.
Yeah.
A lot of people came to me.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Still got Paul Wall.
Yeah, we still got Paul Wall, Misa Hilton, and some other people. But we've run out of time in today's show because I got to get back to my general gossip. It's okay. When does Rip the Runway actually come on TV?
The 23rd.
So the 23rd. So we get mileage out of these. We'll play those sound bites tomorrow. Very interesting. All that I'm giving is the things that I'm living. Got me in the system. Yeah, shout out to Jadakiss. Shout out to Anthony Hamilton. So funny. I still Jadakiss CD in rotation in my truck. Why you gotta do me like that? All right, let's go to the telephone because, look at this. So the comedian Dave Chappelle is now saying that he may not return to Comedy Central if the network moves forward with their plans to air the material he filmed before leaving the series. He says, I feel like It's a bully move, is what he says. That's just how I feel. I don't know if that's the case, but if people don't watch it, then I'd be more than happy. Wait, if people don't watch it, what does it say? That's how I feel. If people don't watch it, then I'd be more than happy. I don't understand what that means. They're probably people to watch it to support it because he's not on it. Oh, they're going to watch it anyway, and they'll support it, and it is the bully move. But it just shows that not just black men get bullied by the big white entity, but the white men do too. Look at Howard Stern. If that's not ever the bully move, you know what I mean? Then what is? There's the $500 million man, and he's going to be locked up in lawsuit for months. For months. It'll be a good Christmas, but it'll be a lousy summer. It'll be over by Christmas, but through the summer, he'll still be dealing with this. So, that's what corporations do, Dave. They bully. Am I the only one bored by the whole Dave Chappelle thing at this particular point? You guys are bored by it, too? That's not right. It's also not right that you all are insisting that I play more Whitney Houston, and I'm not. I'm very, here's the thing. I'm tired of hearing it because we've played it so much, and I also feel like, damn, I'm not playing it. We're putting that on hiatus until we come back from Puerto Rico. Yes. Keep it where you got it, everybody.
Wendy, man.
I just found out this morning that my supervisor's pregnant.
Damn you, I told you not to do it.
Should I tell my wife what's up?
Plan on a divorce. And as for your job, put that where? Back there.
The Wendy Williams Experience.
Okay, before we move on, I got to go to line number 2. Shanice is 32, and she wants to set up her cheating man. Shanice, in what way? Shanice? Damn. Next week, we got the cheat. Shanice, is this you?
No.
Oh, well, damn. Who is this? I mean, it doesn't matter. I'll still talk to you. Okay, then I got to go. Bye. Line number 6 is Stephanie. Okay, and line number 7 is Karen. Karen?
Hey, no, it's not Karen, baby. This is Craig. Who's this, Wendy?
Hi, Craig.
Wendy?
Yes, how are you?
Baby, listen, I'm calling you to piggyback on something that was said yesterday by a white queen, okay? About those brothers that you had, the football players.
Oh, yes.
How they was going to beat up the kids in the locker room if they knew they was gay.
Yeah.
Well, you know one thing? That's our problem as a people, okay? We want to beat up somebody who's gay or is coming from that direction, but nobody's going to help us but us.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
So we need I just want to just put it out there. These kids need to accept. I didn't say convert, but accept.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes.
That's all I want to say, babe.
Yes. Thank you.
I love your show, and how you doing?
All right. All right. It is now time to clear the lines because it's time to win. Hit it, Goose.
Now boarding passengers for JetBlue Flight 1075 to the beautiful island of Puerto Rico. Be caller number 10 at 212-545-1075.
From 107.5 WBLS.
Let's go to the phone. Hello, you're caller number 1. Hello, you're caller number 2. Hey, BLS, you're caller number 3. You're caller number 4. We're going up to 10 this time. You're caller number 5. You're caller number 6. BLS, you're caller number 7. BLS, you're caller number 8. BLS, you're caller number 9. BLS, caller number 10.
Hi, Wendy.
Congratulations, you're going to Puerto Rico.
No, you got to be kidding.
Yes. Can you get the time? Can you get the time off work, March 30th through April 2nd?
I'm going to take it.
It's a Thursday to a Sunday, and you can bring a friend with you, and we are going to have a fabulous time. Parties, including Ghostface and Keisha Cole on Saturday night on Palomino Island. Friday night, it got the Wendy Williams Comedy Experience jumping off with Capone, the gangster of comedy, Drew Frazier, Tony Roberts, Will Spence, and Rob Stapleton. Thursday night, we're doing the Wendy Williams Experience karaoke. Steve Harvey's got his big charity celebrity golf tournament going on. It's me, Steve, you, your people, and the sun on the 5-star, at the 5-star El Conquistador Resort and Casino, Resort and Spa. It's going to be wonderful.
Okay. I'm in shock, Wendy.
I was going to say, you're so,
I love you, Wendy. I love you so much. I held on so long, and I didn't even expect
benefits. Wendy, I want to give a shout out to all my friends in New Jersey Transit. They listen and they love you. This is Luana. I want a trip to Puerto Rico.
Wow. Luana, well, it pays to listen, huh?
Yes, it does. Wendy, we love you so much in Jersey. You know where you from. We love you, Wendy.
Thank you so much. Jersey's where my heart is. And,
I know it is.
And where I physically have lived most of my life.
Wendy, some of my girlfriends see you getting your nails done in different places in Wayne on 23. Is it true?
That's it. That's it. Right next door to Ben and Eddie at B&B Jewelers in the Jewelry Exchange.
Yes, you know, my girlfriend told me, oh, Wendy be bling bling. And I'm like, really? I'm like, you're lying. Get out of here.
Nobody ever
Wendy,
said.
We love you.
But you know what? Tell your girlfriend then I appreciate her for just observing from afar because I hate to talk and get my nails done. I'd rather just sit there and silently read she says I'm all in my magazines, right?
Okay.
And I'm in my magazines, and that's it.
I know, you're normal. We love you, Wendy.
Oh, do you shop Home Goods in the same plaza?
Huh?
Do your girlfriends shop the Home Goods in the same plaza?
Yes, we love Home Goods. Yeah.
Me too. Is that the one that you go to?
No, I go to the one in Belleville.
Okay. So your girlfriend's probably... Anyway, I love Home Goods. Tell your girlfriends I'll see them getting the nails done over at Home Goods and at the Ben and Eddie's at the B&B. And for you, my darling, I will see you in Puerto Rico.
Okay, how do I get the info, Wendy?
Well, I'm going to put you on hold, and we're going to take all your information, okay?
Okay, thank you so much, Wendy.
Oh,
see you there in
you're
Puerto
very,
Rico.
very welcome. All right, Mama. Hold on. Oh, wait.
Okay.
What's your station?
Oh, WBLS, the Wendy Experience.
Thank you. Hold on.
Okay.
It's such a small world. You never know where you see people and what you're doing. I mean, I go to this really low-key place where at any given time, I guess I can catch something. But what I've discovered is that you can catch the same something over at the Red Door, where I, get the massages and all like that. All these, the Mandarin, you can catch it anywhere. You really can. They think that, you think because they charge $75 for a manicure pedicure that they're really sterilizing. Let me tell you something. You know what I found about going to places, those upper crusty little places, the little spa, Short Hills and all like that. And I like all these places for a foot rub, for a massage. I don't do facials, but you know what I mean? In these places, they overinflate the prices of the manicures and pedicures. The broads that they have actually doing the work act like they're too good to even sand you down and hose you off any damn way. You send me an immigrant. You know what I mean? Nope. I'm a minority. I think I can say this. Do I sound stupid saying this?
Well, depends on where you go.
Suki la 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 does the best.
That's true.
Shit does the best. Not Susie Feinberg from the suburbs over at the Short Hills Mall, whose husband is the neurosurgeon over at, NYU Medical. And she's just doing it just to do it. She touches your feet with her pointer and her thumb. And I've observed she does that to the white women, too. Everybody's feet get touched like this. Everybody's feet get that little sandpaper on it. I could sandpaper my own feet. Bring out the knife. You understand? Work it. Place my feet on top of that closed paper towel. You know the paper towel tube? Girls, do you ever put your feet on top of the paper towels? The Asian girls, they rest their feet on top of the paper towels. My legs are so heavy that I feel sorry for them. But you know what? With all their strength, they pull my foot up and they get right underneath my heel. I love it. Shout out to Suki la la la. I love you. And I take my chances in that rancid pool of cess. That little swirly hot tub of mess. Because whatever I'm going to catch from you, I'm going to catch it from the highfalutin place. The only difference is that yours costs $15, $10 on Wednesdays. Right? You use SE nail polish, they use SE nail polish. You use OPI, they use OPI. Only difference between them is they don't sit their OPI out, and it makes it easy for me to pick my color and push it in my bag. While you're not looking. $8 Anyway, all right, you guys. Make sure that you keep it here. We got the bonus hour coming up at the top of the... Oh, okay. Let me talk about the St. Ives 24-hour moisture. St. Ives 24-hour moisture is a lot like going to get your nails done. You can pay $75 for a tube of moisturizer over at Bloomingdale's. Or you can pay a reasonable price virtually any place, any drugstore, any Target for St. Ives and have change left over, I choose St. Ives. Their 24-hour moisture works like no other. It gets busy on your skin. So you put it on in the morning and it absorbs fast and it's not greasy like a lot of the lotions out here. And it's not crazy in price like a lot of stuff out here. And it works all day. It retains the moisture in your skin all day. There's no need to reapply. St. Ives is an official sponsor of the U.S. ski and snowboard team. And you know what their skin goes through. If it's good enough for them, it's good enough for us, right? Remember the name. St. Ives 24-hour moisture. It's from St. Ives, and it works all day long. That's it. This hour of the show is brought to you by McDonald's. I'm loving it. Oh, and it's time to talk about LA weight loss. I think I lost 3 pounds just stressing the point of the Suki la la la. Sometimes I get caught up in a snit and I hold my stomach muscles. You know, you ever feel like you've exercised after you finish talking loud? Yeah, and laughing hard. That's how I feel right now. Anyway, LA weight loss, it works. It works for me. It works. It could work for you. LA weight loss is wonderful. I'll give you the telephone number and then I'll talk to you more about it. 1-800-448-TRIM. It's 1-800-448-TRIM. One of the things that I love about LA weight loss, the main thing I love about LA weight loss is that I can eat some very, very scrumptious stuff. And it's not, some sort of dietetic food that I have to, get from the dietetic aisle. Like, I love to munch on unsalted almonds. I can do it on LA weight loss. I love cheese. I can eat cheese on LA weight loss. Of course, it's not full fat cheese, but it's cheese. It's reduced fat and lower in sodium cheese. I love condiments, capers on my bagel. Smushed into the cream cheese. I can eat capers, barbecue sauce, cocktail sauce, all the sauces. What else? Pesto chicken, teriyaki chicken, Alfredo chicken. Listen, there are other kinds of chicken besides fried chicken, and that's probably the point that LA weight loss is making. I can eat shrimp and brown rice when we order Chinese. Hawk. I can eat roast beef sandwiches, red beans and rice, a la Popeyes. And pizza, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, which I love. I love pasta with the light tomato sauce. I love pancakes mixed with, water, not milk. You can't have everything. I mean, what do you want? You dug yourself into a fat hole. You can't eat everything exactly like you used to lose the weight. But I'll tell you what, LA Weight Loss, they make it wonderful for you to incorporate daily life with losing weight. What do I mean by daily life? Okay, so you're out with your family. Mom, I want something to eat. Or, hey, baby, let's stop at Houston's. You don't have to say, oh, I can't. You know what you can eat at Houston's? The salmon or swordfish, the sashimi tuna. You can eat the vegetables, the Caesar salad, a baked potato, the Baltimore chicken sandwich, the halibut. I mean, where do you want to go with this? Oh, IHOP? Cal? Always thinking about food. What are you going to eat? You can eat the breast of chicken sandwich at IHOP. You can have the grilled chicken Caesar. You can have, I'm talking about IHOP, off breakfast. Because when you're on breakfast, you can have pancakes too. Listen, it's better that you just call the LA Weight Loss telephone number. You get a one-on-one weight loss counselor. You can ask them questions until they turn green, because that's what they're there for. And LA Weight Loss is affordable, too. 1-800-448-TRIM. 1-800-448-TRIM. Do what millions of people have done and lost the weight. It's LA Weight Loss. All of the food, a little sacrifice, and great rewards. The weight loss. 1-800-448-TRIM. It's LA Weight Loss. And I'm Wendy. Don't forget the bonus hours up at 6 o'clock on 107.5 WVLS. Thanks.
Well, broadcasting live, it's the queen of radio, Wendy Williams.
to Barbara Baker. She works as director of training at the military police school. I don't know exactly what state this is, but Barbara, I got to tell you something. I love when people like you get in contact with me because you further reaffirm some things that I already am aware of. Ladies, we've got to be extra careful out here in the streets. Barbara says that she tells a story. A lot of these pages got cut off. Hold on, let me see. She's talking about a friend stopped at, and a lot of this is cut off, a gas station to pump gas. She filled her tank up. She's paying at the pump, and she leaves. The voice inside of her car, or excuse me, the voice inside of her told her to something with her card and to come inside to pay. She said she relayed and she's getting it. She's coming out. She's paying it. She started an argument with the attendant. And he said that while she was pumping her gas, a guy slipped into the back seat of her car. And the attendant called the police. She became frightened, yada, yada, yada. So see, while she went to pay the attendant, somebody slipped inside her car. Because a lot of times when you unlock your car, all 4 or 5, including the 5th door, unlock. Okay. So the lady from the police academy is warning women, always check underneath your car when you approach it. And, not just when you're at the mall, the grocery store, but the gas station also. Be aware of individuals in your general vicinity and keep your doors locked. All kinds of stuff is happening. Women are getting killed, raped, kidnapped, the whole bit. And you know me. I suspect the killer in everyone. I never pump my own gas. First of all, it's not very ladylike. I mean, I do a lot of other things that are very masculine-like, including hammer, nail, make furniture, all kind of other stuff. But for some reason, I just can't get with that. I just can't get with the whole gas pumping thing. Plus, I don't like to get out of my car just for that, because what better place for the killer to lurk than at the gas station? Exactly.
In Jersey, you guys don't pump your own gas here in the city. Depends on where you go.
That's true also in Jersey and stuff like that. But I'll tell you what, I never even buzz down my driver's window. I feed them their money through the passenger window, and never get out of the car. Yeah, right, through a little crack. That's right. I've always said the streets aren't safe for women and kids. Yeah, and when the sun goes down, it becomes even more unsafe. You got women like my sister. My sister will think nothing. I've told you all this before. It's 8:55. The mall's closing in 5 minutes. It's the dead of winter and really dark, but she's got to have a particular color lipstick. She's got to run over to the Bloomingdale's. There she goes by herself. And she doesn't even double park in front and risk the ticket or park in... Okay, it's not right to park in handicapped spaces, and I'm not going on any longer. All I'm saying is that the killer's not going to get me. The killer is not going to, I'll do everything to prevent that. I didn't say it, so don't come at me. I didn't say it. Don't forget about the people poll question. Oh, by the way, Taryn, you're getting rave reviews on your red carpet approach. Wait until you see the zhuzhed up questions. She's working on her questions and everything. Watch. If you thought she was good this first time out, wait until she gets out there next time. You're going to become a menace to the celebrity world. They're going to be bobbing and weaving you, and that's when you know you've made it. That's when you know your questions are fire. Say, have you ever tossed a salad? Ladies?
Ow.
This was for us, and from yesterday. 42% of you all said yeah, and 58% said no. Now, here's today's question. Are you happy with your sex life? We had the fabulous Dr. Hilda Hutcherson on the show earlier, and we talked about sex. She's done Oprah. She, is over at Columbia. She was a GYN for 22 years. This woman is heavy in the game and knows what she's talking about, and she gives advice and helps people with their sexual dysfunctions. She just came back from China, as a matter of fact. She was just saying the other day. So the question to you is, ladies and gentlemen, are you happy with your sex life? Yes or no? And you can go to thewendywilliamsexperience.com. I also want to thank the fabulous author from Philly, Anton Jones. Thank you so much for coming in, Anton, and sharing with us your second book. Anton. Woo! Hey, Wendy, is something wrong with the sound? I can barely hear y'all. It was fine during the commercials, but when Wendy came on, just before she speaks, I could barely hear. Oh, that's probably sabotage. That's probably sabotage. Then again, are you listening online or are you listening to the actual radio? If you're listening online, there's nothing I can do. If you're listening on the radio, then, you know, there's got to be something I could fight. Let's take some last-minute phone calls just to say goodbye to our famous... Hello? Hi, it's Wendy. Hello? Yes, hi, it's Wendy. How are you?
Hey, Wendy. Question for you.
Okay.
Do you think an abusive man will always be abusive?
I think there's potential. Just like I think that, you know, once an alcoholic, there's a potential to be. Once a cokehead, once any type of... Yes, there is potential. Yes. It's all in the person, because he cannot not abuse just as long as his girl acts right. He's got to have it within himself, like an alcoholic taking that drink. You cannot stay sober just because your life is right. I mean, you've got to examine your life from all different angles and like that.
Right.
And the same thing with Coke. Everyone, FYI.
Just curious.
I'm not putting myself above the fray. Yeah. I just feel as though a beat down can go down at any given time once they've beaten.
Okay.
They will beat again.
Okay.
Given possibly. I don't know. Possibly. Thank you for calling.
All right.
Yeah, anybody who's had a problem can fall off the wagon, you know.
Hello?
But it's... Hi, how are you?
Wendy?
Yes.
Okay. I have one thing to say before you close.
You better
I'm
work.
mad what you said about New York.
New York does look like Dawn from En Vogue. And what?
Okay, yeah, but you're from that tribe too, sweetie.
I don't look like Dawn from En Vogue. Now, I will... Oh, you don't want to fight?
Howard.
Sweetie, I don't look like Dawn from En Vogue, nor do I look like New York. If you're talking about people say I look like a man, get the words from the show right. A tribe means you don't look necessarily like the person, but you look like you're from the same tribe. So if you're going to listen to the show, then use the terms right. I don't look like I'm from the same tribe as Dawn from En Vogue or New York. Do I look like a man? Depends on the angle. I'll take it and I'll wear it. Coward. At least I know what I am and can face it. How about you, sweetie? How you doing?
I got this.
What? I mean, hello?
Hello.
Hi.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm good.
This is our last call of the day. Nothing. Bye. No. Hello?
Yeah, Wendy, I don't know that woman with the mental problem that called your show yesterday.
No, this is the crazy guy. Hang up the phone on him. Goodbye.
Oh, boy.
Goose, you got to get faster on the crazies. I know you've been in Trinidad, luxuriating. Yeah, but you know what? We don't have time to argue with him because, you know, we have to leave. Now, that would have been a great call in the beginning of the break. But you can clearly see, he's got mental problems. Did you hear what he was about to say about that lady? Well, Goose didn't hit the button, so you should have heard. I damn sure did. All right. Everybody, gotta go. I love you for listening today. Thank you once again to our guests who came in. And God willing, we'll all be here again tomorrow. See ya.
These party people. See you later. I'm saying bye-bye.
Good night. Program complete.
Hey, Taryn. You know I don't know how to go online, but Michael says that my website is Negroidian on the saddest level. Listen to what he says. Wendy, you got the Puerto Rico dates wrong. Your name is missing the Y on the 5th listing, and you do the Laugh Factory almost every Wednesday, not just one night in January. No, and it's not almost every Wednesday. I do it every Wednesday. The Puerto Rico dates are wrong?
No.
Is he trying to start something?
Yes, he is.
Oh, this date is wrong. Wendy is heading to Memphis for the Southern Women's Conference. Not on the 2nd. Today's the 2nd.
No, I didn't put that. You know what I think he's talking about?
What?
We have to put today's date, the date that we enter the stuff in.
Well, then you read it wrong, Michael.
Yes.
I can't take it. You know what? This show is what it is, but not for nothing. You all are what you are, too. And together, we're one big mess. And I appreciate you all for listening and being here. Very negroidy, and every last one of you. Me too. All right, so keep it where you got it. We'll have some fun during the bonus hour of the Wendy Williams Experience. I'll review the day's events that we talked about, and of course, I'll take your telephone calls. It's the bonus hour of the Wendy Williams Experience coming up next right here on 107.5 WBLS.
107.5 WBLS, New York.
I want to know what's up with Little Kim.
Please, more gossip. You need to pick it up.
Wendy girl, who's the gay rapper?
Matter of fact, it's safe to say.
Rather controversial.
Controversy in the rap world.
This is what I know how to do, so I'm not playing.
I hear you.
Go hard or go home.
All right.
The ain't playing.
I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like this before.
The Wendy Williams Experience. Since you've been listening this far, we're going to throw in a little bonus hour. You ready?
How long is this bonus hour going to last? I'm getting addicted.
No, let me tell you, I love this extra hour.
Everything is organic here on the bonus hour.
Yeah, baby.
Hey, yo, check this out.
It's Wendy, man.
Here it is.
It's the bonus hour on the Wendy Williams Experience.
107.5 WBLS, New York.
It's Wendy, man. The Wendy Williams Experience.
Hi, everybody. Oops, just getting back into the room. Welcome to the bonus hour. Welcome to the boom show. Now, my headphones on. Star, you could start taking phone calls too. 866-GET-WENDY. So they say in the newspaper that little Kim might have a little leaky leak in her implants and she needs to get it tended to. A source is speaking to the newspaper saying apparently she's worried about her boobs, that they're leaking and she needs them to be serviced. Well, as you know, little Kim is only 4 feet 11 inches tall and she's got a hefty, looks like a full D. It might be a full C, but when you're 4 feet 11, it looks like a D. I don't know whether it's saline or silicone. If it's silicone, she needs to be tended to right away. If it's saline, she needs to be tended to also. But silicone, does all that damage to your insides. They're saying that, they do have, but her reps are swearing that she's perfectly healthy. And the article goes on to say, but we hear she's confided in family members that, about a festering problem with her breasts. Now, a spokeswoman for the prison, Tracy Billingsley, wouldn't discuss little Kim's health because the inmate's medical history is not public. But she goes on to say, if the prison medic unit can't handle, whatever it is, then they'll contract out treatment. So, in the meantime, the Days to Lockdown show with little Kim, that starts, what's the date? March 14th, something like that. It starts this month in a few weeks. I can't wait to see that. Dear Wendy, why are you being so soft and pink with Bobby Brown? So much so that you're no longer wanting to entertain us with the Whitney Craxton version of Whitney Houston. Snap out of it, Wendy. You're the queen of the gossip, and your crown is held by your horns, girl. You mean like Flava Flav? Hey. Yes, we're all going to hell in a handbasket. But when we're all down there, we only hope that we'll be listening to the Wendy Williams Experience when you get there. This is all said in love. Come on, Wendy. Just one more Whitney remix for the road. And throw those sound effects in to make it extra funny from Pam and Yonkers. Pam, here's the thing. I just feel like we can fall back off that until after Puerto Rico. And then, we'll put it back in rotation, but it's not going to be like a thing. Do you know what I'm saying? Just for a moment. John is on line number 1. He has a question. Hi, Hi, John. He's 34 from the Bronx. Hey, John.
Hello?
Hi, John. It's Wendy. How are you?
Hey, how you doing, Wendy?
Good.
Question. Would you ever cheat on your husband?
No. You know what? I can never say never, but I am not the cheating type. You know what? It's not so much about him. It's about the type of person that I am. You know what I mean? I'm not a cheater.
You going to Puerto Rico and, situation, you caught somebody's eye and they looked at you and it just happened.
No, because I'd be too scared of STDs. You know what I'm saying?
Bring that into it.
Well, yeah, if you listen to the show enough, I'm a bit paranoid about health situations. And health aside, I know me, I'd rather bail than cheat. See, I'm the type person, I'm quick to bail. I mean, I've quit my job here at BLS more times than you all will ever know.
Okay.
I don't bail like stupidly, like bail and, oh, hell, what am I going to do, for sex, or what am I going to do for love, or, why did I do that? I left my most important things in the house. I mean, I'm a methodical bailer. I'm methodical with it. And before doing that, I would bail.
Oh, okay.
I think.
I'm just wondering.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Besides, he's going to be in Puerto Rico with me. What the hell? I'm bringing Sam to the beach.
Well, he has to go to the bathroom or walk away at some point.
It doesn't. It doesn't. I need a little bit more maintenance than a one-night stand in Puerto Rico.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, have a nice time.
Take care. Bye-bye. Yeah, he's methodical. Exactly. Thinking about he has to go to the bathroom. What the hell? Line number 7 is Elijah, and he just wants to say hi. I'll take it. Hi, Elijah.
Hi, Wendy.
How are you today?
Good.
Good. I want to thank you.
Say, keep up the good work, and how you doing?
I want to thank you for listening to the show, and all right.
Yeah, and professionals are a good thing.
Yeah, professionals are always a good thing.
Yeah, that's how relationships last.
Yeah, well, along with other things, John.
Of course.
I think people, spend so much time thinking about the sex that they overlook some of the equally as important things in relationships. But I guess you don't realize they're equally as important until you've been in a relationship with somebody for long enough and you realize, damn, responsibility is important too. Damn, reliability is important. I'll tell you when sex is important. When you're brand new in the relationship. That's when the sex is important.
Exactly, because first impressions do count with that too.
Yes, they absolutely. All right, thanks for calling, Elijah. And Khalif is on line number 6, and he's from Laurelton. He just wants to say hi, too. Hey, Khalif.
Hey, what's up, girl? How you doing?
All right, how you doing?
I'm all right. You don't understand, Wendy. I love your show so much. I listen to you so much ever since I was younger.
Oh, wow. How old are you now?
I'm 22 now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You just don't understand. I've just been going crazy. I called today for the first time. I finally mustered up enough strength to say something.
Wow. Well, thank you so much for listening, Khalif.
You're welcome. And also, can I give a shout out to my sister? Mm-hmm. Well, I guess I already just did. But anyway, Janice, what's up? How you doing? I know you're listening right now. And to you too, Michael. All right, y'all.
All right, bye.
Bye.
So cute. Wendy, I don't know if you received my email about R. Kelly and Tigger. Blah, 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 blah. Do you know whether this is true or not? No. I've heard that before. I mean, I know, R. Kelly enjoys certain things and, it's been said that Tigger enjoys many of the same things. But I don't know. So, let's move on. Dear Wendy, I love Taryn. She rocks on the red carpet. Very funny and very natural. That's from Jeff James. Taryn was at the BET. Taryn, my producer, she was at the BET, Rip the Runway last night. They taped it last night. You'll see it later on this month on BET. But, she took the portable microphone and taped some stuff.
Portable recorder.
Yeah, well, whatever you call that. Whatever you call that thing. By the way, can I tell you guys something? Oh, we played the bites earlier today. Were you guys here? It was just last hour that we did it. Is the 5 o'clock crowd the same as the 6 o'clock crowd? Oh, well. The show doesn't come on until the end of the month, so we'll play them for you before then. Remember yesterday we were talking about the G-shot shot of collagen in your G-spot that temporarily enlarges it, makes it easier to locate, and then you have great orgasms? Well, the queen of sex, Dr. Hilda Hutcherson, she was in here earlier today, and guess what she said about the $1,800 procedure? She said, that's a doctor trying to get your dough. She said, first of all, the G-spot is a series of glands. So, and anyway, to sum it up, she said that it's a ripoff. It's not even worth looking into. She didn't even have to think about it. She said that's doctors trying to get rich off of, women in search of orgasms. And by the way, ladies, I also asked her about the female Viagra pill. No time soon. She says no time soon. Yeah, well, I guess sisters will continue to be doing it for ourselves. since for those of you who need help, nobody's going to help. Not the shot, not the pill. Mike is on line number 5. Wants to comment about men and women being friends. And Mike is 21, so I know probably what he's going to say. Go ahead, Mike. Hi, it's Wendy.
Hey, what's going on, Wendy?
How are you?
I'm good. Just want you to know I love your show.
Thank you, Mike.
I listen to you all the time.
Thanks.
Quick question. I've been best friends with a girl since we were about, I say, about 5 years old.
Oh.
And she let me know about a month ago she's getting married.
Mm-hmm.
And the dude she wants to marry, I know, gets down with other dudes.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of want to tell her, but I don't know how to do it. You know what I mean?
Well, you realize you're going to be telling her at the risk of losing her friendship.
Right.
Are you ready?
Yeah and no. I mean, like, we've had arguments before, and, like, we've gone, long periods of time without talking, but, I mean... Do you have
proof by way of a lover or
yes, yes.
See, in a situation like this, and I always say stay out of grown people's business, but I feel as though there's no hard, fast rule for many of the problems that life sends us. There's no hard, fast rule. The man asked me, would I cheat? I say no, but who knows? Would you ever kill somebody? You could say no, but you never know. Would you ever steal? You could say no, but you never know. In this case, I'm sorry. If I was friends with somebody since I was 5 years old, I would tell.
Just let her know. That's how I feel.
I would tell. And you want to know what? You're 21. By the time you're 31, I bet she'll be back in your life. She would have worked it through therapy and realized that you did the right thing, or she'll end up marrying him and be divorced by 25 and be you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would tell.
Thanks, Wendy. One more thing.
And make sure you have your proof when you tell.
Oh, that I definitely will have.
Okay, there you go.
One last thing. Me and my boy always laughing at you every day, saying your how you doing in African. Unjani.
Unjani. Thank you, Mike.
All right, later.
Take care. Bye-bye. Line number 3, Juanita is 25 in Brooklyn. She wants to talk about plastic surgery. Here's somebody, too. Thank you, Lewis. Lewis saw Mariah Carey on Barbara Walters. We're going to talk about that in a moment. Hey, Juanita.
Hi, Wendy. I am so excited. I listen to you all the time.
Yeah, it's nice to have you here. Thank you.
And I'm going to see that play, Platanos and Collard Greens, that was on, that you talked about on the show.
Good. You're going to love it.
And it's 18 of us, so we're going to have a really good time.
Wow, I like the mix, Goose. Yeah, I like the mix of Hispanic-black thing. Good. So you guys are going to have a good time. Okay, so now what's your question about plastic surgery? I see that's on the computer.
I'm 25. I had a kid, and I'm considering a few different things for my girlfriend who has no children, and we're the same age. And she said to me that she doesn't think that I should do it because I'm married and I have a child already, so it's like wasted money. And your girlfriend's single? She's single, no kids, no husband, or whatever. She's a little overweight, but she's trying to lose it. Number one, she doesn't want you to be cute and married with the kid because her perception is that then you'll have it all, which, isn't necessarily true. This is just my opinion. Mm-hmm. But here's another thing. Your girlfriend apparently is one of those people that feels that once you get married, once you catch the man, and lock him down with the child, that he ain't going nowhere. But it's not about him. It's really about me and how I feel. You know what I mean? Like, it's not necessarily it's not to please him.
It shouldn't be. The first reason to get plastic surgery should be for you. But the other thing is that you do want to keep it hot for your relationship and for yourself. Even if you were single and you had a child. I mean, hell, having children does not mean that your body has to fall apart and you have to look like her. And she looks a mess before she even had a child. I'm just guessing.
I have a quick question about the whole breast implant thing, because I know you got it done. You know how you feel about Heather Locklear? I feel that way about you.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. So my only thing is, when I read up, it seems really risky. Like, what's your take on it?
All surgery is risky because the anesthesia alone could kill you. You can die under anesthesia. You can die from a bad infection. All invasive surgery, and that would be invasive, like all surgeries, you could die from an infection.
Right.
You can die.
But the after effects, it seemed like there were a lot of, like, side effects to getting them. Like, things that could go wrong after, like the leakage and the different arthritis and things I heard
Well,
about.
the arthritis comes with the leakage of silicone. Okay. If you get saline, like I have saline, salt, and water, there's no arthritis, joint pain, and whatnot. You know, if I were to have a breast implant that would pop, the saline water would just absorb into my body like any other water, and I would have a boop, boop, you know, a boop, that's the little breast, and a boop would be a big breast. And I would hot tail it down the turnpike to the man who put my breast in, Dr. Memeniscus, and he would replace.
But is the casing silicone?
No. This is what you need. This is what you need to do. You need to make an appointment with a plastic surgeon.
Okay.
All right, because I don't want to give you wrong information, and I'm not here for a free consultation. But I will say to you that as far as the risks, yeah, you could die. You could die in the surgery. You could die after the surgery. But that goes for any surgery.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy I got through.
Well, you're very welcome. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Excuse me. Wendy, I want you to know what I thought about Barbara Walters' special featuring Mariah Carey. I enjoyed it. The public finally got a look at the room where Mariah keeps her Marilyn Monroe piano. It is placed in the center of the room with a roped off white VIP rope. She's so dramatic. I love her. We also got to see the special humidifier room that she sleeps in to keep her vocal cords healthy. The room is small, white, with almost no other furniture other than a bed. It's pushed against the wall, and there's a nightlight on a table. The door is made of frosted glass, so you would find, the kind that you would find on a modern shower. And as for what she said during the interview, you and I have already heard it. Oh, she considers herself not black and not white, but a human being. Oh, she back on that again? Damn you, Mariah. Negress. Or whatever. She's simply my Mimi. I like her. And yes, she can do wrong. As most friends in your head. Or friends in your real life. Chad is on line number 2, wants to talk about Whitney Houston. Hi, Chad.
How you doing?
I love your name.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and talk. It's Wendy.
Oh, how you doing, Wendy? What's good?
I'm doing well.
I'm loving the show. I wanted to make a quick comment to you about the Whitney Houston.
Okay.
Okay, this is the situation I think is taking place with the Whitney Houston. I think her managers got together with her.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of her close people that can keep a secret.
Okay.
And I think what's taking place is this is a publicity stunt. I think they put her out to make her sound like she's a bad singer right now, you know? That way when she do hit one of them tunes that we're used to her hitting, it's going to be the biggest comeback story since Mariah Carey.
That's a good theory. My question for something like that is, why would they do that? Like Whitney does not need attention the way, and no disrespect to you, Ashanti, but like Ashanti would need to do something like that. You know, Foxy Brown needs to do something like that.
She's already doing it.
Exactly. Whitney Houston doesn't need to do something like that.
I mean, you can say that she probably don't need to do something like that, but. You know, she went through, a lot of things, a lot of ups and downs, and this will be the only thing that can actually put her back in people's hearts, like fully. She going through the divorce with, the alleged separation or whatever with Bobby.
And I don't believe that.
Me neither.
For now, I don't believe that.
I don't believe that, and she's supposed to be in rehab.
I don't believe that.
You know what I'm saying? But
either. Based on this bite.
But I'm telling you, when she dropped a single or if she hit that tone that we're used to her hitting, it's going to be all over the radio, all over the news, all over everywhere, and that's exactly their plan. I guarantee it.
I don't think she needed the Olympics to have everybody rally around her and say, our Whitney is back. I think she fell from grace so many different times, in front of us that we were cheering for her anyway. I just don't go along with that theory. But I appreciate you calling, Chad.
Okay.
Take care.
For your time.
Bye-bye. Shout out to everybody in the Bronx. On Saturday at 5 p.m., I will be at Allerton Liquor on Allerton Avenue, signing bottles of my George Vasselli champagne. And so, I understand Allerton has gotten it in and run out of it several times since they initially got the champagne. So they'll have, fresh stockage on Saturday. And shout out to everybody in the Bronx. I will see you this Saturday at 5 p.m. I want to say 5 o'clock, but I swear, I was supposed to be at the liquor store over in Queens at 5 o'clock. I didn't get there until 1:15, and it wasn't my fault. I don't like to blame other people, but I just like to say that whenever I'm responsible for getting someplace by myself, I always manage to get there on time. If you know what I'm saying. So I'll say, there's no need to get there at 4:45. You know what I mean? 5 o'clock. Give me a few extra moments beyond that. And I'll see you on Saturday. That's great. So, the Soul Train Music Awards are coming up. The Pussycat Dolls are performing. Love that. They're performing with Avant. Heather Hunter wants to come on the show and drop the bomb on Avant. And I have no idea what the bomb is. But Heather Hunter's a friend to the show. She was the Dons and Divas, rubbing up on all my girls.
Ow.
Shaking them with that firm grip that she has, the firm handshake. She likes the girls. Heather's a little something. She's like very, very thin, like a size 0 jeans, and she's like 5 feet tall, and you would never expect it. But when she says hello, man, she grips that hand. How you do? I mean, she makes you feel like, wow. Big men come in small packages, and she likes to attach on. She told us during an interview. Oh yeah. She'll let you know in a minute. Yeah. So anyway, Avant, who she's going to drop the bomb on, he's going to be performing with the Pussycat Dolls. John Legend is going to be performing. Chris Brown, Black Eyed Peas, Charlie Wilson, love him. Keisha Cole, she'll be in Puerto Rico. And the Soul Train Awards are being filmed on this Saturday, hosted by the way, Vivica Fox and Tyrese. And then they're going to air nationally on March 11th. You know what? This is so Negroidian. Can I just tell you about the air dates? It says the 20th annual ceremony hosted by Vivica A. Fox and Tyrese will be aired nationally syndicated via Tribune Broadcasting between March 11th and March 19th. Like, they haven't even sewn down a date. You know what I mean? It is what it is. The Soul Train Music Awards. They'll be on when they get on. And I won't be hosting the red carpet. That's not what the new VH1 show is about. Nope. You know what? Because then I'd have to take time off of the radio. Flying out there to host the red carpet only for Don Cornelius. Last year, Don Cornelius didn't even want me on the red carpet. Told VH1, Wow. I don't think so. And then when they told me, that was the beginning of me saying, I don't want to do a red carpet inspired show. Because, I'm going to always be me. I don't have the, I guess, the aspirations to be that Hollywood, to bend for the Hollywood machine. Like, you can't believe I really do love this dusty room. I really do love this. And if I have to bend, make nice on the red carpet. Don't, da-da-da-da. What? All right, then, Don, Cornel, you doing? Then I won't be on the red carpet. And VH1, this is part of the problem with me doing red carpet shows. Me getting placement after I've, said the wrong thing to somebody. You know what I mean? So I miss radio time. I fly all the way out only to find out, that, oh my gosh, I'm placed at the very end of the red carpet. So they place Access Hollywood and everybody up in the front. All the biggies, LL and them, they all talk to them. And then they veer off through, a little opening in the red carpet area, a little opening between the drapes. And then they go in. So they never get to me anyway. So VH1, cool as they are, they saw the vision. She can do more than just red carpet work, sure. And we can do it staying here in New York. How about slapping a camera up in this room and just taping all this nonsense? Yeah. So the ink is dry on the paperwork, everybody, and I don't know when we start production, but sometime soon. On Wendy Williams is on Fire on VH1. No more red carpet work. Now you'll see people come in the studio, have the interviews and stuff like that, and some of the nuttiness in the office. A bit like the podcast, except for regular TV. Robin Givens, this is great news. Are you ready for this, New York? Robin Givens is signed to extend her role as the murderous Roxy Hart on Broadway in Chicago. The role was supposed to be up, and somebody else was going to play it originally at the end of March. But it's extended through April 16th. That's more checks for Robin, more time for us to have her in our city, and some possible celebrity spottings. Although I got to say, I think Robin stays holed up in her hotel room. Like, nobody ever says, oh, I saw Robin, doing this or doing that. Robin, you are really flying under the radar. I like her a lot. She came in the show. She was just so regular and normal. And hot. With no surgery. Like surgery, no surgery. I wanted to accuse her. Were age appropriate? Little flatsy pancake boobs. They still sit perky, and she loves them. She's skinny like Kelly Ripa. She doesn't do Botox. You see every expression in her forehead. And I'm looking closely for an eye pull, lip injection. I'm looking for everything. Nothing. Except a weave. And big deal. What's a weave? Nothing these days. People are still in denial, though. Some people. I don't understand how some people are still in denial of stuff like that. Get all embarrassed to go purchase their hair and, dipping in it. I don't know. Don't forget this weekend, everybody. It's LL Cool J on Oxygen. It's a big concert. His album hits stores. It's called Todd Smith on March 21st. And he's on the Oxygen Network on Saturday at 10:30 p.m. Are you guys going to be in on Saturday? Check that out. I guess they'll rerun it a whole bunch of times. But LL looks really good in the new video with Jennifer Lopez. I only saw glimpses of it. I barely saw her, but I saw, him. A bit like a Madame Trousseau special. That waxy, museum-y type of look. But that's good looking. Almost too good looking.
He was on a Tyra Banks show, too.
He looked good. He looked good. Yeah, you can't knock that. He's no Robin Givens. He believes in maintaining and, pulling his thing together by any means necessary. Oh, this song is just so terrible, though. Yeah. Let's go back to the telephone. Let me see who I have. Joy is on line number 1. She wants to talk about Mariah Carey and Barbara Walters. Hi, Joy.
Hey, you know what? She is back on that bandwagon. The only good thing about that was that they actually showed a picture of her father. They always show a picture of the mother, but you never see what the father looked like. Mm-hmm. So, they showed a picture of it. And she begrudgingly said that because of the one-drop rule from slavery, that she will always be considered black, but she never wants to come out and say that she's black. And she doesn't have to. She's already pimped you guys to go and buy her album. You know, she's gotten her awards, and so she can pretend like she is whatever it is that she believes she is, a human being, I guess. You know?
Do you still love her? You never did love her.
You know, I really didn't care.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I like her, you know, over the topness.
Yeah.
And then, you know, after a while it starts to wear a little bit thin, and then, you know, now she'll go back. But, like, she never uses a black guy in her videos except for, like, We Belong Together, and everyone thought that he was white. So, you know,
you're right.
She's not really feeling it. She really hasn't come to terms with it.
That's
and
why
she used the word ethnic. That ethnic is what you use to describe food.
Yeah. And I don't know why people are running with this, that, you know, this whole Cameron thing when we we definitely know, first of all, he's the wrong color.
Right.
For her.
Right.
But anyway.
Yeah.
I think she's friends with rappers is like a novelty thing.
Exactly, but they would never share a bed.
I want to know the ghetto side. Me and Brat, we're close. Me and Missy, we're close.
Yeah. Did you see the Aggressors on Logo?
No.
No, it's about like young girls who are femme butch.
Oh.
And stuff like that, and one of them was a model, and she said that she dated a married female celebrity.
Oh yeah, I got a phone call about that earlier, and the model's name is Keisha.
Yeah.
And the girl said that the girl that called me threw out Kimora Simmons and, you know, some other people, and I said I don't know, I didn't see it.
Well, because I thought that you were the one that had told us about that like a couple of years ago, and maybe you didn't.
Well, here's the thing: I don't want to talk names.
Right.
You know, but if you heard me a couple of years ago...
No, I'm not sure if you actually did. It just sounded, the story that she said sounded familiar. Like, I wonder if I heard that from Wendy also.
Well, I don't know if it was the same model, but I've told stories like that before.
Oh, you have?
And I know one in particular, and this one particular one was involved with a married woman.
Are you going to have a Tourette's moment?
I can't. I can't, because now it'll be too obvious.
Well, I mean, you still got 30 minutes.
You're right. Let me just lose it in the sauce someplace.
Okay, and also, I agree with you on two things, because I haven't spoken to you in a while. Men can never be just friends, and work is not a goddamn social club.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
I'll see you later.
And I don't think she said that meaning that she's a cold, hard broad at work. You know, because you don't have to be cold and hard at work, but it's just not a social club. People just get too wrapped up in each other's lives and stuff, and everybody loses, you know, the mission statement, which is paycheck. That's the mission statement. Paycheck. All right, I'll get that moment. It's going to be really, really weird, though, when I get it. Boy, it's going to be very obvious if I don't do it creatively. Listen, Dr. Hilda, I got to tell you something. Girls.
Oh, yeah.
Do you want to know where to get the vaginal weights to tighten you up? I got the telephone number. Dr. Hilda gave me some. I'm working out at Bally's. I'm gonna do the Stairmaster with the 5-pound weight all up in me tomorrow. I'm getting ready for Puerto Rico.
With a smile on your face.
With a smile on my face. And I'll give you the telephone number where you get them, just in case you don't want to go to a sex shop. Because this is not about sex. This is about
you.
Yes, this totally is about you. And keeping it tight.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
You know what they look like? They look like OB tampons. Remember the OBs, really, really small? And they didn't have an applicator, so you'd have to use your finger to push up there. Yeah, that was one nasty thing about the OBs. You had to use your finger to push. Remember that? It's got a cord on the end, though. You pull it out. I'll explain what the weights are, and I'll give you the telephone number, but I'm only going to give it once, and then I'm going to do away with it, because when I take my weights home tonight, I'm not sharing anymore. Screw the top one. Put this away. And we'll be back with the remainder of the bonus hour of the Wendy Williams Experience next on 107.5 WBLS.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Vivica Fox, and you're listening to the bonus hour on 107.5 WBLS.
Thank you, Vivica. Who's coming to Puerto Rico? We gave away a trip last hour. And that does it for the 2 giveaways today. We got 2 more tomorrow morning. Make sure that you check out the Steve Harvey Morning Show. He's giving away 1, and then he'll let you know what time to listen for the other one. In the meantime, if you'd like to just call and book your trip, swipe your credit card, call Sheer Travel, SHEER, at 888-212-4534, and I'll see you in Puerto Rico. So it's Thursday, and that means that the Shadow Nightclub is free all night. Oh, yeah. Free. If it's free, it's for you. Saturday nights, the Shadow is packed. Chuck Chill Out is in the mix. And, they have free Friday. Yeah, I skipped over Friday and went right to Saturday. But free Friday with free admission before 1 a.m. And it's quickly becoming a really happening spot on Friday nights. So, the Shadow. Oh, by the way, the Shadow has DJ Bent Rock every Friday night. So, it's the Shadow Nightclub. Why not? Check it out tonight. It's free. Okay, so apparently nobody saw the documentary on VH1, DMC, My Adoption Journey. I didn't even see it. Forgot all about it. It came on at 9 o'clock last Friday. What is wrong with us? Like, that sounded so interesting when I read the teaser about it. You know, he was doing, working on, a bit of information about his past. And he found out in his 30s, like a couple of years ago, that he's adopted. To me, that's a big, and we must watch. Maybe he's going to fight with his mother, fight with, I don't know, a lot of crying, a lot of sifting through paperwork and talking to relatives and not getting answer, getting stonewalled, then finally getting answers and meeting his mother and, his biological. It's a moot point now. What was that, a one-time shot? Oh, we missed it. That's okay. VH1's good for repeating. So I'm sure they'll be repeating this Saturday. Yeah. No, I mean that in a good way. If it wasn't for repeats, I'd be missing a lot on TV. Are you kidding me? I watched like 10 episodes of that Flava Flav show back to back to back to back to back. Thank you, VH1. The Gastineau Girls, when they were on E, I'd watch, I'd catch up on all my TV on the weekend. I hope Anna Nicole Smith gets some money. I think she'll get it. What she'll do afterwards is why I want her to get the money. She's a nut. She is very hey. Yeah. Very hey. Riding my train. Yeah. Jerry Garcia's got a tea blend. Well, he passed away in 1995. And he's got 5 flavors of herbal tea named after him. The tea made its debut in premium tea shops and gourmet food stores. So, if you're interested, I'm not a teetotaler at all, but it's being done by the Republic of Tea Company. And they have a website where you can purchase the tea. So if it's not, at your local emporium, your upscale gourmet shop, then go to the Republic of Tea website and get that. You want to hear the flavors? Morning Brew, which is named after Morning Dew, the Grateful Dead song. Shady Grown, which is similar to Shady Grove, the album. Magic Herb Blend. And I don't know the 5th one. Oh, and by the way, Garcia, he was good with the artwork, the abstract, water colors. His work is adorning the tin. So it's a tin. Perfect to store your weed in after you use the tea. Jerry would want it that way. Yes, exactly. Well, you know Jerry. Hey. Yeah. Hey. Very hey. Dear Wendy, I've been seeing this guy for 7 years, and I used to know the password to his phone, but he recently changed the code. Can you tell me if you know another way to get a passcode? I want to know what's going on in his life. Karshanisha. See, I'm just not that nosy. You know what I mean? Like, you just I remember those days, many, many moons ago, running phones, comparing phone bills and all that stuff. It practically takes up the time of something better that you can be doing, like getting money for yourself. Your flea money. You get the hell out of my life. I don't need you any more money. You know what I mean? I don't know how to crack codes for cell phones. I mean, when I have a problem, I just go right to the phone and call a PI. That's it. I don't have time to chase, follow, whatever. But I'll stick somebody on you in a minute. What? I don't know how to get the passcodes, but I'll tell you what. Whatever's going on in his life, it might not be you. Like, okay, maybe I just take the phrase, hey, Star, can you get somebody on the phone who knows how to crack cell phone codes? Okay, let's help out Carnisha. Although I do have to say this. When I have a boyfriend, I call him a boyfriend. When I'm seeing somebody, that means when I want to be occasionally sexed.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
I don't owe you anything for Christmas. You have definitely never met my parents because it's not that damn serious. And if we go to Puerto Rico, we're going Dutch. Like, do you know what I mean? Like seeing, like, I take that phrase to be, you are not the one. So, Car, if you're using the phrase seeing, whatever's going on in his life, it's not you.
None of your business.
Yeah, and it's none of your business. You want him cracking your code? See, I like my personal life. Even within being the confines of being married, I think it keeps things interesting. I like to have my life. I like him to have his life. And when we come together, otherwise it's like so damn boring. I mean, it could be so just, you know, and shout out to the people in long-term relationships. You know what I mean? It could, line number six, code blue. Christine, turn everything down. Christine, I need to hear you. Okay, Christine.
Hi, Wendy.
Hi, Christine. Enough of the small talk.
Okay. When she calls the cell phone company. If she has his social security number and his name, she'll call and pretend to be him and say that, okay, I forgot my password and I can't get in. Could you reset it for me? And they'll reset it and give her the new passcode. And she can make up her own passcode.
Wow. Yeah, but that only lasts for about 3 hours before he checks his own messages. And
but she could get in and check the messages and find out what's going on before he changes it back.
See, that leaves room for him to accuse her of being. See, to me, a good thief or whatever you want to call that will go undetected forever. Yeah, that is exactly, Goose. That is a very transparent plan. How old are you, Christine?
19.
Case closed, people.
Wendy.
Huh?
Could you say how you doing for my friend Darryl? He loves your show.
All right, ready?
Okay.
And 3, and 2, and 1.
How you doing?
No, wait, hold on. I'm about to do it. Ooh, how you doing?
That was for me. Thank you, Wendy.
And that was for you, Darryl. Bye, Christine. She's so 19.
See, if they call their phone from your house to check your phone,
to
check their messages, you can usually find it in there. But other than that, my cousin's good at it. She just guesses, and then she knows, and then she's all up in the business for like years.
Wow.
I don't even want to. Yeah, I don't even care. I don't even want to hear it.
Where's the privacy?
Not only that, but, you know, where's your life? You know what I mean? Like. Oh, here's another one. Hopefully this is 33 years old. 33. She's lived and she knows. All right, line number 7. It's Tanya, the code cracker.
I think she's gone.
Tanya?
Hello?
Okay, Tanya. It's
Hello?
Who is this?
This is Latoya.
Latoya, do you know how to crack a damn code for a cell phone?
Yeah.
Oh. All right.
Okay.
Wait, Latoya, how old are you?
23.
Uh-oh. All right, go ahead. What do you know, Latoya?
Okay, back in the day, I used to call from his phone and you check the voicemail, and you could just change the passcode through his
phone company.
Call from his phone, right? And then, because normally they don't know how to set a passcode, so you can't change it.
Mm-hmm.
So you call, change the passcode, and then when you want to check it yourself, you just call from your phone or any other phone, and then you enter your passcode.
So you're 23 now. When you were doing this, you said a few years ago, were you 19?
Yeah, like 18, 19.
All right. But thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
You don't trust the youth, huh?
No, No, because that's such a transparent thing. Like, the whole thing about being sneaky is you want to be sneaky not just for one time. You want to be doing it for years. I mean, you want to be able to get it when you need it, undetected. So you always look like the angelic angel. Are you kidding me?
Messages just disappear.
Yeah. I don't know how it happened. But the phone company getting them all involved, and then what the hell? How are you going to change your voice to sound like him? I mean,
hello, phone company. This is Daryl.
Wow.
How you doing? I forgot my code. Can you reassign me? All right. A 3 and 2 and 1. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.
Then you start to dial in. I got it now. I mean, you have to involve other people. Yep, here I go. I'm going in. Uh-oh. Dave is a man on line 7. Watch him be queening out on the phone. Dave.
How you doing?
Dave. Dean?
Yeah.
Are you hetero?
Yeah.
Wow. See, I didn't even think that you would be bothered with something like that. Like, I'm thinking, you know what I mean? Like, that's such a
but you got to know so you make sure you don't get caught, though.
That's such a woman thing to do. And I'm saying this, I am a woman. Girls, I lie on that sword, too, because we are nosy. Go ahead, Dave. How do you crack the code?
All right. This is what you do. You have them, you let them use your cordless phone, home phone.
Cordless, okay.
Right. And then when they check their messages, you just take the phone and you hit redial. And most cordless phones shows every single number that's, shown. So therefore, you'll see the code, you'll see the star, and then the code. And that's how you
listen. Even if you have a cordless phone that doesn't show, if you unplug a phone, does the memory get erased?
It depends on how cheap the phone. If you got a nice phone, it won't. But if you got a cheap phone, it will.
Because I was going to say, then you unplug that phone and you replace it with another phone, and you...
No, you don't even have to do that, Wendy. All you have to do is let him or her check the message, right? And as soon as they hang up the phone, you just, let me use the phone.
Yeah.
You hit redial. And then the number, you don't even have to dial it. The number will just pop up.
Right.
Just get the number. That's how you do it.
That's I don't want to erase. Like, what if you just want to,
write it down, but then
you write it down.
Erase it. Yeah.
That's what I do at home when I check my messages. And I erase it so my parents can't be able to.
Gotta watch you guys.
Yeah, it's all too much, you all.
Yeah,
it's
so all the fellas out there, if you check your message, make sure you dial another number so that they don't.
And all the ladies out there, make sure your jump off is calling you at your job and not on your cell phone. You keep him in check, because all he is a jump off. He shouldn't be having privy to all your numbers like that on a regular basis. And if he doesn't like to play by your rules, dump him. As cute as you are, somebody's out there willing to play by your rules. And for all you big mamas out there, get your jump off cell phone.
Oh God,
he doesn't.
You going off?
No, I'm just saying that's a big mama thing, right? All you big mamas out there who got a couple of extra dollars, you just if you have a Verizon phone, go over there to that minute by minute Nextel or whatever the hell it is. You know what I'm saying? Your man doesn't even have to know that you have 2 Verizon phones, because you don't. You have one Verizon, and then you got a Sprint phone over here, and that's the jump off phone. That's it. And it's only on during hours of your operation when he's not around.
I'm going to see you in Puerto Rico.
Whatever. See ya.
All right.
I got to go. Bye. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't jump off, but I can damn sure help you hatch a plan. You need 2 phones to jump off. One that the world knows about, and one that only one person has the number to. Or however many people you're jumping with, ho. You know what I mean? That's it. Look, I got to go. Vaughn Harper's up next with The Quiet Storm to play perfect music for you, putting you in the mood. It's The Quiet Storm, celebrating 25 years of Vaughn Harperdom. And God willing, we will be together again tomorrow. I love you for listening today. Take care. Bye-bye.
Yes, I am up next.
The Wendy Williams broadcast day has completed.
Aw, man!
And WBLS music starts next.